Yo. We back again. You know we never slacking off. Judah Ben. Yo. Ladies and gents, get prepared for another greater event. If you never linked, then make an attempt. On Fridays, there's really no other way to be spent. Tune in, hit the link, and leave likes and comments. Welcome to TD Sports Talk. Here we bring sports and entertainment weekly. They break it down deeply. Come peep me as I spit, leave most confused. Pay attention while I introduce the host and crew. Starting off, we got Tommy the host. He plugged in, his predictions transparent like a ghost. Yo, I think that he been doing this the most. He first joined in March 2013. His resume was first seen. Then we got the co-host, Mr. Socrates. His analogy surgical like a doctor squeeze. The live show was nasty like a dirty beer. Tommy and Sock, they've been friends for over 30 years. Peep me, we got the final host D-Free from out of DC. You need to wake up, you sleepy. If you checking out the live, then you feel the vibes. Like the video, subscribe, get notified. Take a picture, cause this moment should be polarized. Tommy's legacy and resume is notarized. Whether it's Friday or Saturday, he going live. Click the bell when I promise you'll get notified. Yeah. Welcome to TD Sports Talk. Friday and Saturday. Tune in. They're going live late. Word them up. Shout out to Tommy.
Champion of the world. Shout out to TD Sports. TD Sports. Let's go, chat. Yo, what's good? What's good? What is going on? Hope everybody is doing well. It's another edition of Friday Night Sports Talk. Usually we do all types of sports. We do boxing, we do football, we'll do baseball, we'll do whatever. And once in a while, we'll do a wrestling show. And, you know, tomorrow and Sunday is the Super Bowl of wrestling events. We're talking about Wrestlemania. This is Wrestlemania 41. If you saw the title, I said, I put, will this be the worst WrestleMania ever? I'm not too high on this WrestleMania, but we're going to talk about it because I don't know. I don't like the build-up. I just don't like a lot of things that were being done. I'm still going to watch it, and we're still going to do a show about it. And we got some people coming up in a little bit, probably in like 10 minutes or so. We're going to talk some wrestling. But first things first, I got to say what's up to my main man, D-Free. What's good with you, bro? Well, how's everything?
Everything good. What's going on with you? What's going on, Tay? 88, CDK?
Chilling, man. Let me look to see who's in the building right now. My man, CDK, Sports Talk Network. Yes, indeed, the Sports Talk Network. That's what we are. That's what we represent. We talking all sports and wrestling, right? My man, 88 Sports Talk. What's good? Getting ready for the Green Bay Packers this year. I know you're getting ready. They made some moves this year. We're going to talk about it. The draft is coming up. I believe the draft is next week. That's when we'll see from there, you know, who gets what and the moves, and then we'll know, you know, who's the contenders, who the pretenders, and we'll see what's up. Tay, the real queen of MMA and combat talk. What is good with you? Salute to you, queen. Hope all is well. Who else is in the building? My homegirl, Jamie. How you doing, Jamie? Hope everything is good. Hope everything is well. I owe you a cameo appearance, singing karaoke. I got to do that. Things have been hectic, but I know I owe you a visit, and I gotta do some songs. Yeah, you know, I'm a pretty talented singer, you know what I'm saying? So I'll be up there doing that. All right. So yeah. The draft is coming. So, but first things first, before we get into wrestling, I want to get into a little bit of boxing. Last week we had a few topics, and we did the Boots Ennis Stanionis predictions. I know it's a week late. Because everybody else already did their recaps and they already spoke about it the next day and maybe a couple days afterwards. But, you know, I don't be on all the time. D-Free probably hit this, you know, a bunch of times, you know, on with BVO and Dub and a couple other individuals and channels as well. But I didn't get to talk about it. And I made a prediction. I was fairly off, but I was mostly on. a bunch of our people on the panel picked Boots to win. I think everybody was right. I don't think anybody picked against Boots, but a lot of people went with a decision. I don't think anybody went knockout. I predicted a knockout, a stoppage in round 9. It happened a little bit earlier. Boots with the impressive stoppage at the end of round 6. Didn't make it to round 7. Kind of the way I predicted it too. I kind of saw that the corner would kind of quit or kind of force the stoppage or tell Stanionis that's enough, and that's kind of what happened. Stanionis kind of didn't want to go in as well, but the corner definitely influenced him a lot. And, of course, Boots influenced that a lot with the work to the body, breaking him down. So very happy with that. D-Free, I know if you spoke about it a bunch of time, but what do you got on Boots and Stanionis and Boots' performance?
Yeah, I mean, you were spot on. You said that he was going to get the stoppage. He was going to put go for a impressive win, and I had picked the unanimous decision, but I also said if there was a stoppage, I think it might be the corner or the referee. I didn't think Boots was going to knock him out because Stanionis is a durable guy. But that body work that Boots put out there was relentless. Was relentless, and he started it early, and Stanionis didn't have no answer for it. I mean, he only know how to fight one way. And I when we did the prediction, I said Stanionis is what I think I said he was a smaller version of I think I said Virgil Ortiz. I think it was Virgil Ortiz. I said he reminded me of somebody else. And oh my God, man, my grandson be tripping. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. The screen went. I don't see you. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, my grandson
taking over.
Doing something. But I said he was more of a he doesn't hold on. Let me switch to my phone. Hold on.
Okay. So but yeah, I don't remember who D-Free was saying in reference to who was Stanionis as well. He did definitely reference that. I can't remember the fighter he referenced him to, but he definitely did say that if it was a stoppage, he did say the same thing, that he saw the corner kind of forcing the issue and calling for the stoppage than Stanionis did. So he definitely did say that as well. So D-Free's having a little technical difficulties. He'll be right back. But I wanted to go into something else. So last week I brought up that I'm in a fight league. I'm in a fight league. Oh, there goes D-Free. D-Free, go ahead. You could continue. You good? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Oh, yeah. I said he was pretty much a come forward fighter. He didn't have much hand movement, much footwork. He had a good jab, but his jab was pretty much non and void in this fight. And Jaron Boots Ennis just showed that he is the best guy at 147. I know he had some bad outings against Kern, and a lot of people took that and ran with it and thought that Boots wasn't that good, and it showed that he probably just wasn't up for that fight. So I mean, he got in there with better competition, which we believe which was better competition in Stanionis, and he showed that he was a much better fighter. And now everybody's talking about Brian Norman and Jaron Ennis, and I would love to see that fight. Like I've always said, when he turned down the Virgil fight, I have no problem with him turning down the Virgil fight as long as he's unified or fighting mandatory. I don't want to see him fighting any volunteer fights. I want to see him unified or fighting his mandatory if they call one.
I agree. Just to touch a little bit base on Stanionis, I also wanted in my preview, I also said I didn't believe Stanionis' power was as good as advertised. I thought, his opposition was a little bit shaky. He had a common opponent who he went I believe it went 10 rounds. I don't think it went 12 with Thomas Delerme. Boots, got him out of there in one round. Then he fought before that. He fought Maestro, who I didn't really think anything. Who I've seen him get dropped before. And Stanionis went the distance with him as well. So with that said, I was saying I didn't think Stanionis' power was all that. And Stanionis had some moments in the fight where he did land some good clean shots on Boots. I feel like Boots just can't miss getting hit by a hook, and he landed a couple of hooks on him. Didn't really seem to bother him. I think Boots' chin is legit. Karen hit him with some hooks in the fight before. Stanionis's best asset was his jab. He went away from that, whether it was because of Boots took it away from him, or he just didn't. He felt reluctant to throw it. When he did throw that stiff jab, it landed pretty well. But other than that, Boots dominated and just broke him down to the body. Took Stanionis' best shots, because Stanionis did land some good shots and kind of walked through him, and Boots definitely looked like the bigger fighter in that fight too. A lot of people were talking about how he looked before, and like he would look a little drained, even though at the weigh-in, at the ceremonial weigh-in, the second weigh-in that they did, I thought he looked really good. So all these pictures that were floating around that he didn't look good, I think he put all that to shame with his performance and how he looked, in the ring against Stanionis. So kudos to Boots. Now let's see what happens next. Does he stay at 47 trying to unify? I expect him to do so. I would hope he would try to unify with either Barrios or Norman Jr. Time will tell. I think Norman Jr. is going to be a solid performance, matchup for him, and I think that'll be a solid fight. I don't think it's a 50-50 fight like I heard some people say. I think I'm gonna at first I said 60-40. I'm a Brian Norman Jr. guy. I like him. I think he's a good fighter. I still think he's got things to work on. Boots has been around a little bit longer, and been, I guess, face better composition. You know what I'm saying? So I would favor Boots 65-35 in that fight.
Yeah.
People say 50-50, 60-40. I'm gonna go 65-35 in Boots' favor.
Yeah, I agree. To go back a little bit, what you said about when Stanionis was landing shots, I think it came a point in that fight where Jerron felt Stanionis' power and realized that it wasn't what everybody was claiming that it was, and he realized that he couldn't hurt him, so he was taking a little more chances. That's why he was getting hit. And I hear everybody, oh, he's getting hit too much. I think he has some of that Tank Davis effect where he feels the power and realizes that power can't hurt him, and he takes a little more chance.
Yeah.
But I think that's what a lot of people is banking on with the Brian Norman. If Brian Norman hit him the way Stanionis did, Boots is going to go to sleep. But what if Brian Norman does hit him like Stanionis and that power has no effect? Then what happens?
Yeah.
Because we just assume that Brian Norman has enough power to knock Boots out. We don't know if Jerron Boots and his chin is really granted like we think it is, because we've seen him get hit clean, and we never seen Jerron Ennis wobble. We never seen him hurt. We never seen him look like he was about to go down. Now we saw Brian Norman hit the canvas.
Yeah, we did.
I just want to know. I want to see what adjustments can Brian Norman make if he does hit Jerron Ennis with a big shot and Jerron Ennis is still standing right there? What adjustments can he make? Because I know Jerron Ennis can make adjustments because he could fight it in either stance. So that will be his adjustments throughout the fight, throughout rounds. So, and that's another thing that Brian Norman will have to worry about, because, I know they spar multiple times, but if you're not facing somebody like that on a regular basis, it still catch you by surprise, because you're used to a fighter coming in one stance, and then all of a sudden he switch up in the middle of the ring, or he switch up in another round and come in another stance. So you have to change your game plan, because you're thinking the shot is coming from here, now it's coming from the opposite side. So I want to see what it looked like. I think it's more of a 65-35. I mean, 65-35 or 70-30 fight for Jerron Boots Ennis. I don't know if Brian Norman is quite ready just yet. He's a great talent coming up, but he still got some some room for growth. We saw in his last fight, he had the dude hurt, and he went in for the kill and lunged in and got caught with 2 big shots, and he got rocked himself.
Yeah.
And I mean, with a guy like Jerron Ennis, if you get caught with a shot like that, I mean, we know that Jerron Ennis can punch. So if he get caught with a shot like that, who knows what happens in that fight? That could be the end of the night. So I want to see the fight. I think it's going to be a good fight. Will it be made? We will find out in the near future.
Yeah. 1 second before I touch up on that, I see that some guests have come in. To the WrestleMania guys are coming in, so I'm going to bring them up to the panel, and then we'll finish cooking on the fight. But let me bring up my man and your best friend, my man Brett Ortiz, and my man Mac Daddy Flex, and Reno. Your camera is off. I'll bring you to the stage, and that's my man Reno. So welcome, guys. I'll let you guys do your introduction in a minute. I just want to touch up on D3 said. We're still talking a little boxing. The thing is with Boots is that I do think he does make mistakes defensively. I'm gonna bring it back, because it's not like he's trying to walk through the power. He feels the power. He wants to get hit. I think that these are mistakes that he's making because I go back to the Thomas Delorme fight. Yeah, he got Thomas Delorme out of there in that first round, but Delorme landed a couple of big shots on Boots that just missed the chin. It hit him in the neck, and Delorme can punch. Because I've seen Delorme hurt guys. So I don't know if he wants to do that with Brian Norman Jr., and I don't even think he has to, but he has to work on those mistakes, getting hit by them hooks, right? And Reno, who's up here, we're talking wrestling. He watches boxing, and we were talking about that as well. And Brett follows boxing as well, too. Jason, he hates boxing. And Flex, we don't want to use the real names here. So
yeah. Oh, you putting him over, huh?
Yeah, I gotta put him over because he's gonna do his introduction. So we'll start off with the ex-pro wrestler, right? The one that's most experienced in the wrestling business. Take it away, Mr. Flex.
Yo, is this mic on?
This mic.
Yeah, this is Flex with the Triple X. I'm on here to talk WrestleMania 41. People say it's the worst. I don't think it's the worst. WrestleMania 9 is the worst WrestleMania if you go back in time. There's nothing worse than WrestleMania 9.
And where was WrestleMania 9 at?
Vegas.
Thank you. Okay. And that's what we're going to talk about. And I think we're going to get the second worst or maybe the worst WrestleMania tomorrow, also in Vegas. Next over, I'll go over to my man. He hasn't been here in a while. My man, Reno. Reno, what's good, man? How you been? Can you hear me, Reno? I think he froze up. Yeah, he froze up. Reno, you good? Yeah, I can't hear you. Your mic's not working. Yeah, we can't hear you. I'm gonna move it over to Brett. Brett's been on here before. The last time we spoke to Brett, I think Brett and D3 were going at it with Washington and the Eagles, and Brett gets the last laugh, so he hasn't really got a chance to gloat about his Eagles. Welcome, Brett.
We'll save that for another time, since this is WrestleMania / boxing talk. We're not gonna. I'm not gonna boast too much about my Eagles and the last time I spoke to D3, So I'll let that simmer for maybe a pre-draft show if you decide to do one next week. But I'm kind of excited for this WrestleMania, to be honest with you. I know there's a lot of bullshit with the whole build up and stuff like that, but the whole event itself, being in Allegiant Stadium, the whole vibe and stuff, I'll give it a chance. I'm not going to complain like a lot of guys we know that they bitch about everything when it comes to, the matches, the finishes, the promos and stuff like that. So I'll give it a chance. Hopefully it lives up to the hype per se.
Yeah, we'll see. We've been talking about this. We talk about this in the chat a lot and stuff. So we're going to definitely talk about it, have fun with it. We got the veteran here, the one that's most experienced, that makes all the predictions. He gets about 20% of them correct, 80% wrong. Mac Daddy Flex, what are you looking forward to at WrestleMania tomorrow?
No. Before we get to WrestleMania, your numbers is way off on my predictions because you only remember the ones I get wrong, which might be 1 out of 10. But that's the one that you remember.
Wow, so you 90%, huh?
Pretty sure, yeah. I've been 90% for a minute.
Well, we're gonna see because we're gonna make some predictions in a minute.
Oh,
Let me go
yes.
back to the chat. My man Trill Will, salute to you. He says WrestleMania and Boots versus Norman to me 60-40. I had it, I say about 65-35 right now. But yeah, it's still a close fight. My man Ack Reach of the Jab Jamboree, what's good with you? Salute. And, he's gonna try to watch, he says. But yeah, let's go back to it. So all right, we're gonna see what's up. I know Reno's having troubles. He'll be back on. Sock is supposed to join us. You know, Sock always comes in late and stuff. But
He's on Dominican time. That's why.
yeah, you already know. Let's see if it's working. Reno, you good?
I'm good now.
You good? That Obama phone is
Yo,
working now?
Reno, Reno, you paid that Wi-Fi bill or what?
It was.
Or you seeing in that shit from
laptop.
Starbucks across the street from your crib?
My work laptop was acting crazy.
Oh, your work laptop. Look at this guy. His work laptop.
Work laptop. This guy
wasn't
right
connected.
here. But we're gonna start.
Everyone's so terrified of you on the mic. I'm not, because I know you've got more dick in that promo than you do in your jorts.
So,
I like the drop there, bro. I like it.
So we're gonna get into it, man. What do you guys think? You guys expecting it to be a good WrestleMania, mediocre, or trash? I'll start off with Reno since he came in late, and I kind of have a feeling what Reno's gonna say. So let Reno lead off.
I'm not expecting much from it, man. I mean, the card is kind of underwhelming. You know, like it's been in years. Like, I mean, and even like the matches that are supposed to be the good ones, they're fairly predictable. You know what I mean? So it's like, am I gonna watch? Of course, I'm gonna watch because I'm a mark. But not the excitement's not like it was for the past couple WrestleManias. It's like it's there. I'm gonna watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we're marks, and marks, you know, we watch, and I don't have them. I forgot the picture. I forgot the Marky Mark picture. So you'll be happy. But yeah, Brett, what do you think? Mediocre, good?
I think it's gonna be middle of the pack. I mean, I believe the title matches will probably be good. I know I know it feels like it's gonna be predictable, but I could see some stuff going sideways that we didn't predict or we didn't see. I could see, like, for instance, Gunther not dropping the title to start the venue tomorrow.
Yeah.
I could see them, you know, because everybody thinks, hey, Jey Uso, he has to win. He's super over. He hasn't beat Gunther, blah blah blah. But I think you should keep Gunther as the champion. And I'm not a Gunther guy, but he's one of the best heels in the business. He cuts a great promo. He's super over as a heel. Like, why not keep him as the heel champion? You know, especially if you're gonna drop if Cody's gonna drop the title, why have both champs drop the title? You know, everybody thinks Cena's gonna win, as he should, and I think basically Gunther should, you know, keep the title, and I think that's gonna be one surprise. I also think that Braun Breaker's probably gonna drop the title because they're gonna probably try to make him get a more main event, higher tier push. I could see, you know, LA Knight the same way, dropping the title because he's gonna get a little bit of a more of a push. Because to be honest with you, he should be getting a push. Guys like him, guys like Drew, like, to me, Drew has to win tomorrow or Sunday whenever he's wrestling. Drew, you know, I know.
I got the card. We'll go in order too, so we could go match by match.
Yeah, if you want to do that.
Yeah.
So go on what Brett said about Gunther. Gunther's the great heel because you don't have any heels like a Triple H back in the day. Gunther's like a monster heel, so you want him to win to get that monster heat. Because you don't have a real heel. There's no real heel. Everyone's like a tweener. Gunther's a straight heel.
Exactly, and look, let's be real. Gunther wins and Jey Uso loses. How many people are gonna be upset? There's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be upset because Jey Uso didn't win. Mm-hmm. You guys hear me? Oh yeah, all right. Yeah. You know, there's gonna be a lot of people upset because they're anticipating all this build up with Yeet, that, you know, Gunther win. But I will, if he does win, I would like it to be like like nothing clean. I want it, because then you kind of could build up this feud, keep at least to SummerSlam, and then let Jay win the belt at SummerSlam if you want to go that route. Because Jay is over no matter what. Yeah, he's not the best worker. He's not the best promo guy, but the guy's super over. I mean, Triple H said it on the Flagrant podcast. Like the merchandise sales, the hype, everything, he's and you gotta build on that, So I think that might be the best thing where Gunther wins, but then he wins by, cheating or somebody interfering.
Yeah.
Then come Monday night, they cut a promo and you build on that, and then he drops the title to Jay SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Jay is starting the show, right?
Yeah, it's the first
match.
match.
Yeah. The first match tomorrow is Jey Uso and Gunther.
He's winning because when you start off a big show, you want the fans happy in the beginning. You want the fans happy most of the time in the end. But in the beginning, you want them happy. If Jay and Gunther was ending the show, I would have said Gunther's winner. Jay and Gunther starting, Jay is gonna win. I don't know how long he holds it. He might lose it tomorrow, on Monday. But that night tomorrow, he will win.
So flex with the prediction. Well, I'm going to coach you to that because I
got Jay.
I think maybe he could win, but I don't think he wins the title tomorrow. I think Gunther goes over, like maybe by like some interference, maybe a mistake, maybe
Jimmy interferes too, and he hits his brother or some shit.
That's my mistake because they can't, in my opinion, they can't make Jay lose clean again because he's been losing clean to Gunther. So that's why it almost seems predictable that Jay is going to win. And I just think like it's so predictable that they don't have to make him win. They can still make him lose, but this time he loses because of outside interference.
Even if he does lose, he's so over. He's so over, it won't matter. Anyway, he's still a merchandise. Yeah, he loses the night.
So that's why I feel like Gunther goes over in this match. And if Jay wins, he doesn't win the title somehow by DQ.
You think they will do a DQ finish? You think they will do a DQ finish in Mania?
No, I don't know.
I don't see that happening.
If Jay wins, he doesn't last. I don't think he lasts.
In 89, they would do the DQ finish.
Really? My thing is, I think like I'm just talking like as far as predictable shit or whatever. I feel like you let Jay lose on some crazy shit, like Tom just said, and then you build it up more because, like Reno said, he's super over. He doesn't need the title right now. It's not like he doesn't have the title. And people are not gonna fucking like it's gonna build them up even more. Kind of like similar to Cody when Cody lost WrestleMania 39, where he lost and everybody was so fucking mad and disappointed. And then he kept the fucking like the train going. It could be similar to that where he doesn't have to wait all the way to WrestleMania. It could be done in fucking MetLife and SummerSlam, and then he wins the title there. That's what I would do. But I mean, Jay was in the business. He said, I heard a couple of podcasters say that like you want to start the show with a bang, you want to start people happy. But if you want to make a twist, you get people pissed off and upset in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because listen, everybody, Triple H, he is the noise. He even says it. He's like, the internet is fake. Like, I don't give a fuck about the complaining or whatever. It's all about long-term building and stuff like that and long-term booking. So let's see what they do. I would like to see a lot of plot twists this Mania. I'll tell you this. If a lot of shit is predictable, my good WrestleMania or average will go down to shit if it's all predictable. Because I'd rather plot twists and titles get kept or dropped than just, this person's gonna win and it happens and that's it. Because then what's the fucking point? Especially this is WrestleMania. This is not Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
All that is good, but Jay is not as good as Cody. So Cody can make the feud last another year with Roman Reigns. Jay can't. Jay is just an intro. So if he loses again, he's gonna be done. There'll be people yeeting and all that forever, but Cody can make it last because how he works and how he talks.
But it also depends how he loses. That's why I don't think he jobs. I don't think he takes the
Yeah,
clean.
like you said, if it's some fucking
Uso, Jay. I don't think if
Yeah.
he does lose, it won't be
Yeah,
clean.
but then he
because
lost.
then,
How many times
you
he
know,
lost to Gunther then if he loses tomorrow?
this will be 4. This would be number
That'll be
4.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would. I don't know.
Because
So
if he loses clean, then he's done. But if he loses with like cheating or interference, then we get this. Hold on.
Meet up with us that night.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, yo, I think I saw Jay in that video. He was like,
And he was
the first
below
one.
us. He was below us with his 2 daughters.
Yeah, we were
Fucking guy couldn't even come up and say what's up or whatever.
Yo, we had to get out. It was packed down there.
Jesus, man. So final predictions. I say Gunther wins by interference or cheating.
Another thing, he just beat up his brother, had him bleeding all over the place, and then Jay's gonna lose. Like, I don't know.
That means that means, and if Gunther wins and is dirty, that means he's getting more heat, and that builds his heel character even more too.
Well, we're missing a Triple H. We're missing that Triple H kind of heat.
Yeah, he's like this generation's Triple H when Triple H was that heel in the Attitude Era, shit like that.
Yeah, remember Triple H made Booker T job after the racist, the whole racist.
Yeah, that's true.
Triple H killed all the faces though.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
As that heel, he killed all the faces until Cena broke out.
So
we're gonna go card by match, Tom.
Yeah, so we'll go to the next one because some of the matches.
So y'all got Gunther?
Nobody really gonna care about.
Yeah,
I want Gunther, but I think Jay wins.
Yeah, and I think Gunther's gonna go over, but not clean.
Well, yeah, I got Gunther. Jimmy may do something and cause Jay the match by mistake.
So what's the second match to start? You have the lineup there, or
yeah, I got it. Look, I got it.
Oh,
here. You see it
on screen.
So Rey Mysterio against El Grande Americano.
That guy is, yo. I gotta go with El Grande Americano. I mean,
Me too.
I think it's a fucking great gimmick. I think Chad Gable is actually very underrated, and I think this gimmick could last, at least a year. This shit is good. I think he wins clean too.
Oh yeah, he's gonna win clean. He'll win clean. The gimmick will last until he matches up with either Penta or Rey Fenix, and then they'll make him mask versus mask, some shit like that. Watch
And then he's gonna be like, "Oh shit!" when somebody rips off his mask, some crazy shit.
He'll probably do some shit where he has a mask underneath the mask. Or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the mask doesn't come off tomorrow.
No.
Nah, I don't think so because you gotta keep this gimmick going. It's great, and the song intro is great too because it's an American song that they put mariachi and like Mexican music behind it.
Yeah. No, I love the gimmick. The gimmick is great, and he's a good worker too. So it's going to be a good match. I don't care for it that
might
much,
be the best match of the night.
Of night one.
As far as working and ring work.
I mean, Seth Punk and Roman might put on a great match.
Yeah, that's gonna be the best match. Yeah. That's what
and they'll have all the heat and everything. But this match here, if Ray still wants to go,
Ray
gotta still.
And I think they wrestled tonight too, so they already work. So that's kind of like the warm up, the tag match. So, hold up, did somebody else come on? Last but not least,
who's that? Big Papa Sock.
Big Papa Sock.
My man drinking a natty light.
No. I mean, I don't want to give no free promos, but Miller Lite.
He got the Miller Lite for the dirty water win tonight, huh?
That's it. Summertime.
Yo, cheers to that. My Yankees won again, 5 in a row, baby.
Salute.
All right, let's move on.
Beat them dirty Rays. Hey,
Yeah.
I overheard you speaking about Mysterio and El Grande Americano.
Yeah.
That could that could be the show stealer of the night. But I have the perfect gimmick and a great way to
Oh,
end that match.
he's been holding
And
this ace card all day. Go ahead.
listen, if they do this, you heard it here first. I want to see El Grande Mexicano come out, and I want to see Otis.
Oh, you cut off. Say that again. It just cut off when you said that. Wait, you want to see it cut off when you said Otis?
I want to I want to see a Grande Mexicano. Otis in the luchador mask with the running. It would be great.
That would be excellent.
Otis is definitely he's low key over, so that would be good.
Absolutely.
Flex,
That's the best way
you
to
agree
end
with
it.
that? You
Flex,
like
what's your
that?
prediction, Flex?
This match here, Ray.
Ray, all right.
Yes.
They want to. All right. After Heat goes down, they want to put a baby face over. All right.
Ray wins. Well, if Gunther wins and this is the next match, Ray is winning.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless it's
I got El Grande
unless night
Americano.
one is a heel night and they put all the heels over, could happen.
Yeah.
I got El Grande.
Well,
I got El Grande too.
I got a prediction for tomorrow night's main event. That comes true. I don't want to hear nothing from y'all again. Just like when I
We're
said
gonna get
Cena
to it.
was-
We're not there
just
yet.
like when
I
said
can't
Cena
wait
was
for this
turning
one.
heel.
All right. I got El Grande Americano. Who you got, Reno?
Same.
Saki,
I think Ray wins.
you think Ray wins? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I
And
think
Saki, you missed the first pick. We did Gunther and Jey Uso. Who you got in that?
that's probably the most predictable. I mean, he sells too much merch, and you can always build Gunther back up. So I got to go with Yeet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Match number 3 is not really anything special. The World Tag Team titles, the War Raiders against the New Day.
This is New Day. We don't
He'll
need to go
get
The
through this.
bathroom.
We
You
don't
get
need
the
to go through
bathroom
this.
break.
This is the New
This
Day.
is the bathroom break match right here. Go to the bathroom. Go warm with some food.
Go
what
with
if,
some food.
but they disrespected Big E. What if Big E costs them the match? Because the New Day
New Day
don't.
gotta
I
win
mean, they
this.
don't need the belts.
That's true.
This
You
might
gotta
be
get.
my most confident prediction is New Day. They beating this team.
Yeah, I think New Day's
so.
going over too, especially as heels. They've been.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah,
I think this
I
is
do
very
New Day.
predictable. New Day is gonna be the new champs.
Now the War Raiders, they could work. They're great workers, but it's
I
New Day.
like
You
the
gotta
War
put New
Raiders.
Day over. They could
But
work,
New
bro.
Day could work too. That's why I think this is
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be a good match.
yeah. Absolutely.
It's gonna be a
It'll be
good
a good
ring.
match.
There's gonna be a lot of good ring work here.
It'll be a good
I'm
match.
gonna go with the War Raiders here. I think
Oh.
maybe Big E might make an appearance here and cost New Day the
Who?
match.
Who's gonna
Big
interfere?
E. Big E.
Oh,
And might cost them the match. I think the War Raiders win this one.
all right.
I can see that too.
The next match, interesting match.
This is
Oh, Jade is winning this.
That's gonna be a squash. Jade is gonna be a squash match. Jade's winning in less than 5 minutes. Yep. It's gonna squash it.
Well, did you guys see that she came out and
Mhm.
Bianca was out too? I don't know if they're gonna do some type of swerve or they're gonna save that for for Bianca's match, but that was the first time they kind of met. It was all three of them in the ring: Naomi, Bianca, and Jade. I don't know if you
But
guys saw that.
Naomi has a new look now. She's wearing like these razor blades. I don't know. I think. I mean, obviously Jade is the one that they want to build up, but I think the match has to be fast because Jade makes too many mistakes.
Yeah, you have to make Jade look good too. She was just coming off an injury, and she comes back off injury. She jogs, so you got to make her look strong and squash Naomi. And Naomi gets squashed, doesn't do anything for her anyway. She doesn't go down the card. She's a veteran, so you have to have Jade go over.
Yeah, I think Naomi's gonna put her over.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think
Jay
Naomi,
gotta
because
win.
Naomi can still do things afterwards, like, and then they'll
Yeah.
still build up the feud, and Bianca's going to be somewhere part of that feud somehow.
The money there is Jade versus Bianca, so they have to.
Yeah, and they started building it tonight. I think they did tonight. That was the first time they kind of interacted, kind of setting things up.
And Bianca as a heel.
Yeah, I think Bianca. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
what about? Do you think that they do something with Naomi and Jimmy now that everyone knows they're married, and then kind of like not doing anything with Jimmy?
To me, they blew that chance. When there was bloodline, you could have brought her in as a
She
female to
should have been.
bloodline.
Yep.
You didn't do it. They blew that
I think
chance
she
already.
should be. Yeah, I
I
think
thought
she
Nia
should
should
be.
have been the bloodline.
Yes.
I always thought Nia should have been there.
Yeah.
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 It was natural.
Somebody got some background noise. I don't know who is that.
Yeah, that's me. My bad, because they're playing music in the kitchen area.
Oh, okay. Just I guess when you're
I'm muted when I don't talk. Then
yeah, that'll help out because it
all right.
overshadows. So, all right, we'll go to the next match. That's not big. This is Reno's best match here, favorite match.
Jesus.
Dummy. Yeah.
That's disrespectful,
bro. Being that he went over tonight in the tag match, he's gonna job, and like Brett said, he's gonna move on to a bigger feud. I mean, Fatu deserves it unless Solo, because Solo took a to BFT, comes in and costs this guy the match, Fatu, and then and night goes over. But I think Fatu should go over.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me.
I mean, this is tough, but it's time for LA Knight. It's his time to go up there and get in there with the. He's one of the few ones that's over like that in the mid card. It's his time. If you could put Jay up there, you might as well put. You got to put LA Knight up there now.
Yeah.
So LA Knight can't lose. He can't get pinned.
No, you have to. You put the next guy over, bro, and then you move on to the title scene.
Because Fatu will eventually be up there too. So
I think LA Knight wins. I think
Solo, like LA wins.
Yeah, I think some chicanery happens.
Yeah, I would have been shocked.
I think Solo's gonna come in and to go to super kick him or do the spike. He's gonna spike Fatu, and then because remember that was supposed to be the rumored match for WrestleMania, Fatu and Solo, and they swerved and went tonight. So maybe you have Fatu Solo SummerSlam. You build that.
If Fatu becomes some baby face, which
and then you have Knight you let Knight job to one of these new guys when these guys coming in Black or Rusev, and then you let him go up.
Yeah, I think because Fatu, the fans like Fatu, and I think they're gonna try to turn him face. They always do that. Like when the fans start liking a guy, and he's kind of over as a he's not a face, but they putting him over as a face. I think I could see Fatu turning face. I think Knight wins this match, and with Solo does something to cause Fatu to match, and then they start their rivalry. So
he was killing Braun Strowman, and the fans were cheering it.
Yeah.
No, Fatu is over.
He's way over. Yeah.
Yeah.
This match is hard. Actually hard. I wouldn't be shocked either way.
Yeah. I think the next match is going to be pretty tough, but I think it's kind of predictable at the same time. But I feel like we're going to get interference, and that's this match here.
Wow.
I have no interest in this match at all.
I think Tiffy wins this.
Ooh.
Yeah,
you have to put.
And I think Tiffy
You
has
have
to
to
win
put
this.
Tiffy over. You have to put her over. You have to put her over. Charlotte losing does nothing to her. Fans hate her, so it doesn't matter. She's a monster heel no matter what.
What's good, Quickly? Salute. Thanks for coming through. But is Becky Lynch going to show up in this match?
I saw an interview where she said she's done for a while. So she
usually when they say that, or because I think they say ask if she was going to be at WrestleMania, and usually when they say no, that's like the obvious that they are going to show up.
I mean, she'll probably be there because Seth is on, but you probably won't see her.
I wouldn't be shocked though. That's a good idea. Becky coming in and costing Charlotte the match.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I agree.
That wouldn't be a bad idea because I think Tiffy has to win this.
And I just feel like they're going to give it to Flair. I think they're going to let Flair win.
Isn't she trying to do I think Becky Lynch is trying to get into acting now, so I think.
Oh, Flair? Okay.
Charlotte?
No, Becky Lynch. She's trying to do acting.
Becky
Wasn't she in
Lynch.
some movie lately? She was in some movie recently. So I don't think she's yeah, she was in a movie recently. So I think she's trying to get into acting. She don't want to take those bumps anymore, man.
This match will be either real good or real bad.
Yeah. I kind of vote for really bad.
That's a good way to put it, Jay.
Yeah. I kind of vote for very bad though. I'm gonna pick Flair to win, but I don't have much interest except that I like the picture and I just use it as my background. That was it.
I like what you said too, Tom, because you know what? Flair's a monster heel, and you have her go over too.
Yeah.
So build more heat on her. You know what I mean?
Well, remember at WrestleMania 39, Charlotte and Rhea had the best match of the weekend.
They did.
You know, Charlotte knows how to lead a match. You know, and I think they're going to try to replay that, and you know, Rhea won. So I think Tiffy wins.
Tiffy is good. Clean. If the other wrestler is good, Tiffy can have real good matches. So that's why I want to see like how good. I hope they don't do too much and they just start blowing spots all over the place.
Yeah.
But
another option that I was thinking about too, because I'm surprised she's not even on the card at all. Nia Jax. Does she make an appearance in this match?
There's a few. Somebody else is not on the show.
Chelsea Green is not. How you got the US title and there's no? It's weird.
Yeah, it
was just like the Street Profits, right?
Yeah,
like, they're not on it either.
Yeah. How does the Street Profits not wrestling?
Yeah,
I'm surprised there's no
champs. So
because usually a ladder match, you usually have a tag team ladder match or something, and you could have did that this year, but the tag team division is ice cold, bro. Besides the Street Profits, this shit is ice cold.
But
you don't like the Motor City? You don't like the Motor City guys? I thought those are your
wrestle, they could wrestle. Yeah,
they could wrestle matches though too. How many?
Or Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly.
What's up?
No, Pretty Deadly. That's Sox.
Yo, if you were to push Pretty Deadly, they'd be over as good heels.
I think so.
If you were to push them enough, they'll be.
Yeah.
They just gotta change their gimmick though, man. That gimmick is corny.
No, but 20 years ago there would be, because you push that uncomfortable gay shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's like, you know what I mean? It's like that'll make you even more over if they're two flamers. You know what I mean?
They remind me of, remember back in the day, the cartoon with the chipmunks that had the English accents? That's what they remind me of. You know what I mean? When they talk, I'm like, oh, I can't deal with them. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Listen, they should just. I think you can't go half-ass on them. Fuck it, make them
trans. Make them trans.
Fucking excellent.
And have them wrestle in the women's division.
That would be
It'll really be over, right?
That would be a great.
That would be amazing.
That would be
Brett.
That would be excellent.
Brett, that's $1 million idea.
Yeah, right, Flex. They will be super over, and they will cause mad heat, right?
Yes.
The MAGA fans will be fucking fuming, right?
Yeah, they won't do that now.
The MAGA fans will be.
They won't do
that. If they identify as women, that would be amazing.
That would be great, and they you got to give them the belts too.
Yeah, of course, they're in the women's division. They're identifying as women. That'd be fucking great.
And then I'll send them to every event, every LGBTQ event out there. I'll send them out there and be like, "This is who we represent." Yes, you can swim with the women. I'll do all that.
That should cause so much controversy.
Wow. I'll never do that. Like those old vignettes of Mr. Perfect, and you have them swimming and just smoking these bitches.
Yeah, big women.
Like dunking on them and shit.
Not for nothing. I think if Vince was still running the company, I think he would do it, bro. Because Vince is a scumbag and he's all about the Benjamins. Vince would definitely do it.
That's a great idea. If they do that gimmick, man, you guys got to get some royalties out of it.
Girls getting hurt trying to chase them down in track.
Yeah. An arm wrestling match. Oh, that'd be fucking amazing.
All right, so now to the main event of night one.
The
triple threat match. Another gimmick match. I don't know how many triple threat matches we have in WrestleMania.
Yeah, because that's lazy booking, like somebody said in the chat.
Yeah, lazy booking, bro. That's because your head writer is Road Dogg, bro.
Yeah.
Your head writer is Road Dogg. Come on, I get it. You look out for your man. I get it. That's your man. But dude, he did it one time. It failed, and you bring him back. He's not good.
Well, I
Not
think
good.
that I think this match is gonna be A+. This match, you got 3 great workers, 3 great guys on the mic, 3 great guys that could put guys over. I think that, and then you're gonna have Heyman involved. I think Seth goes over, he wins, and Heyman goes. I know everybody's been saying it lately, but I think Heyman is gonna turn on Punk and Roman for Seth, and you're gonna get full heel Seth.
For me, Seth is counting the lights for CM Punk again.
Wow.
Wait, you said what? He's gonna what?
Seth is gonna be looking up at the lights. Seth is gonna take the pin.
I don't see that. You guys go ahead, but I just there's a reason why I don't.
You think he's gonna job against a Punk, and when he got real heat for him too?
Yeah,
he's been taking a lot of losses too.
Roman's not eating the pin. That's not happening.
And Punk hasn't lost.
Yeah,
well, he lost
the Elimination Chamber.
And he
hasn't lost a solo match. He hasn't really jobbed.
No, he hasn't been pinned. No,
he's won every feud. And Rollins, this would be another WrestleMania Rollins loses. I don't
remember Rollins' job to Drew last year. I mean, I know because he had a knee injury, so he was, he had to leave, but he put Drew over last year.
Yeah, and he put Punk over clean.
And he put Cody over Cody's first match back in WWE at WrestleMania 38. He put him over.
Why don't Punk pin Roman? Roman's not around all the time.
I can see that.
I don't think Punk goes over. I think Rollins wins. I think
especially if Heyman turns on Roman, Punk could beat Roman. Seth don't got to take.
I can see that. Well, because if you have Punk go over on Roman, and then you start that SummerSlam feud. Okay, I can see.
And then Punk and Roman can have a feud.
Yeah, SummerSlam, Punk and Roman, SummerSlam. All right.
Seth
like
need to take the pin here. I would have let Seth get pinned.
So you think Punk is going to win this match?
I think Punk.
I think so.
Roman.
They're going to keep letting Punk win over and over because Punk hasn't really taken a big L. Like
he's never taken. I can't. I don't think he's taken. I don't think he's caught a pin.
I don't know. I got Rollins. I think Rollins has been doing a lot of favors, a lot of jobs. I think Rollins goes over. And this is going to be the best match. I think the longest match. This match probably go like 40 minutes.
Yo, how many finishes get kicked out in this match?
Yo, I hate that shit, bro. I hate that shit.
How many finishes? What's the over under on 5?
I think it's a good one, but I think you're spot on.
There's 3 of them.
I think they all. I'm gonna say 6 because they're all gonna kick out of 2 finishes.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about somebody coming in and hitting the guy to stop. I'm talking about a clean, like a guy out the ring. He gets speared or he gets to fucking to go to sleep and he kicks out.
No, I took
Reno hates the go to sleep move too. The finish.
That shit is so trash. That's just trash.
Yo, it's like the fucking spear. Everybody spears. How many fucking guys use the finish their spear?
Oh, that's
the one thing I hope is good. The commentary. The commentary been kind of sucky lately. That's what I'm looking for. We got to get some better commentary.
Who's on the mic? Is Michael Cole, McAfee, and who's the third guy?
Oh God, McAfee!
Right?
McAfee's annoying.
Yeah, McAfee's gonna be there.
I hate McAfee, man. I you know I miss my man JR. Triple H, you piece of shit, Triple H.
But McAfee's a worker. That's
why you bastard.
Yeah, but you know what? McAfee, he was good for about a month, and now it's just over. Like he does the same thing over and over.
Oh, how about you should
work with Pat McAfee? That's the crazy white dude that you like to come to your house every now and then.
You gotta have Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett's money.
Wade Barrett is good. Wade Barrett is good, but is Wade Barrett gonna be heel Wade Barrett? Like McAfee too. McAfee says heel shit, but then he says face shit. So you don't know where he's going.
He's mostly face though when he does it. It's like,
is Stone Cold really coming back, or is that it's a rumor?
I saw an interview. He said he's done. He said he ain't wrestling no more. He said he's done.
I was hoping the Texas Rattlesnake would come back one more time.
Who's this?
I mean, it could be a swerve. He could say he's done and then show up, help Cody.
Who are you talking about?
Stone Cold.
Austin. The
no,
goat.
I got
The
an idea
goat.
for Stone Cold.
Oh, you must not remember the stuff when they used to call them Texas rattlesnake. My bad. I'm an
I
old
got
head.
a whole idea for Stone Cold Night 2.
Oh, you got an idea for? Oh, wow. Well, so everybody thinks for the most part. Am I the only one that thinks Rollins is going to win?
No. I said Rollins
No.
too.
Oh,
Rollins
okay.
goes over. Heyman goes with Rollins now. He's his wise man.
Is this where
Sock,
Brock come back?
who does Sock pick? Sock just fell off.
Maybe Brock is back on this one.
Is that true? They got LeAngelo Ball performing?
I hope not. Come on.
Who?
I hope not.
LeAngelo Ball.
Oh my God.
Yo,
That'd be
if that
amazing.
happens, Reno's gonna lose his shit.
I'm done, bro.
I'm gonna go
And then
on tonight.
Flex is gonna put LeAngelo Ball over. You know, Flex is gonna put him over. He's gonna be like, "Yo, Ball, the clicks, million views. He's killing it. He's better than Travis Scott." you know, Flex is
Man,
gonna
Travis
put
Scott is
Ball.
the devil, bro. Anytime you have a concert and people walk on each other, that's a scary dude right there. I don't even listen to Travis Scott.
Yo, Cody said on ESPN he got a receipt for Travis Scott.
Yeah, because he took a
Bucks his eardrum.
Yo, a legit punch in the face, bro.
Yo, you heard that shit. I was like, ooh.
The final boss told him to make it real. That's why.
The final boss.
Now,
that
You're not
ball
gonna see no legends
right
come back this
that
year?
ball fraud.
What?
That ball-headed fraud.
That ball-headed fraud.
That's the promo of the year.
You don't talk about
Yeah, that might have been the promo of the year.
Dwayne.
Sock, who did you pick in this match?
Oh, my
Seth.
brother Sock, my African brother Sock. What's up, man?
He no black. He Dominican.
Salam alaikum.
Alaikum
No,
salam.
I see my man. I see my nigga Sock want to play the ribs. Stop.
Once Sock leaves New York City,
It's wine, bro.
he's only Dominican in New York.
Listen, when they
He
start
had
getting
some
that
ribs with some
reparation,
watermelon wine.
There's no Dominicans in Alabama. You go to Alabama.
Yo, Sock's only Dominican when he hits Dykeman. That's it.
Hey, no matter Dominican or not, when the cops stop, they're gonna say, "Nigga, get on the car."
Yeah.
but I'm compliant. That's the difference. I'm compliant.
Hey, what that mean? You still black? They still gonna give you a beating for being compliant.
No, I'm gonna comply. I'm gonna comply.
And your last
Yes,
name not
sir.
Spanish. You gonna
No,
get it.
sir. No, sir. Do you know Brett Ortiz? That's my man's.
I know how you gonna do. You gonna be like, "Hey, don't touch me. You heard? Don't touch me." I can see.
No. I say no, sir. Yes, sir. Hands on the dash. Fuck that.
You don't want that smoke. You don't want that smoke, right, Sock? You don't want that NWO
What
beat
if the dash is hot? What if the
Listen,
hood is hot when you put you on the hood? You gonna still comply?
I'm pro cop, bro. It's all good. Hey, I'm pro cop. Listen, cop in New York, cops look like me. Get the fuck out of here. You know how many fucking Dominican cops there are in New York? It's
Yo,
unbelievable.
a lot of Dominican cops in New York now.
I haven't seen no cops selling oranges, bro.
Yo, you wild, bro.
Jesus
Yo, you a wild boy, bro.
Yikes.
Yo, let's go to night 2. I can't.
Let's go.
The opening match is another triple threat match. So they go for back-to-back triple threat matches. It's the three-way women's title match. Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley. I think we all know who's gonna win. We just don't know what's gonna happen.
I think you have to let Io has to go over. I think you let Io go over. Ripley doesn't need it. Belair doesn't need it. You want to build Io as a true face of the women's division. You have to have a go over, especially against these two.
And she's the best worker in that ring too.
This match could be real good. This is another match that could be very good. I don't know.
I think it's either Io or Bianca. To be honest, I don't see Rhea winning the title.
No, I don't think Rhea needs it. I only will say Bianca if they're gonna make her heel.
Yeah.
That night and let her hold it until her feud with Jade.
That's not bad. But
Like,
then what happens with Io? Then what happens with Io? She just gets put in the back burner again?
Probably. That's what they do.
Yep.
What if there's some interference? What happened to this girl?
Oh,
The Kabuki princess.
oh, that was my girl. She went back to
Uh,
didn't she go
Oscar?
back to
Oh,
Asuka.
Asuka?
Yeah.
she
What
was
happened
hurt.
to Asuka?
She had a major injury, bro.
Yes, and
Okay.
somebody stalked her and tried to break into her house or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Wow.
she taking a break.
that's crazy. I don't know.
I
I think EO goes over. I think there's going to be interference either by Jade somehow or and Naomi. It would be both of them. And, unless Naomi comes in and just like helps Bianca win, and Bianca's like stunned, like she gives the look like I didn't ask you to help me or whatever, and that kind of leads it to Bianca turning heel. I could see something like that happening, but or maybe we see Nia Jax interfere in this match too.
There's a
I
couple
can
of
see
girls that
Naomi
are
in
free
here,
agents. Is it Britt Baker, a free agent now?
Yeah, but I don't know if she has a 90-day non-compete clause.
yeah.
Okay.
Somebody signed with WWE though, some girl.
Britt Baker. Wasn't it Britt Baker?
No,
Not yet. Not
she's
yet.
blonde. I can't think of her name. Mariah May.
Yes.
May.
Yeah. Mariah May. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have no
Nah,
idea.
it's not a big enough name to have interfere. You're gonna have to go with. You're gonna have. If someone's getting interfered, is gonna be someone like a Nia Jax, like you guys said.
Yeah, Nia or
You know.
they build the story more with Naomi, because I mean they kind of teased it tonight because they had all three of them in the ring tonight, and for the first time since like Elimination Chamber or the day after the Chamber, I think.
Yeah, Naomi could come down and be upset that with Bianca. Oh, you didn't help me during my match, and then Bianca get rolled up or some dumb shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with EO because I like EO.
I'm going EO too.
Yeah, I'm going EO as well.
I'm gonna go Bianca.
Man, what happened to the Wet and Wild matches, man? I hate how wrestling is out there.
yo, that
Man,
was
you like in a time machine, nigga. What's wrong with you?
What?
It's 2025. This guy's in
My
a
man
time
still in
machine.
that. He's still in the attitude era, bro.
You want to see
Oh,
puppies?
my bad. I'm trying to learn, nigga. That's why I'm on here.
This is the next match. This should be a good match.
Oh, this is gonna be a show stealer. This might be the best match of the whole weekend.
Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fucking high flying, a lot of bumps. This is gonna be a great.
It depends on how well Logan Paul is treating AJ Styles.
When they gonna make Logan the champion?
Because he don't wrestle.
Well, he was US champ, but I mean, Logan's gonna go over though. I think Logan goes over.
Yeah.
I didn't know
lately.
I didn't know that Hurricane Helms is Logan Paul's teacher.
He's
a lot of those guys teachers.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Logan's not champ because he's not full time yet. He's not really full timer. If he was a full timer, they probably push him to the heavyweight title.
But if
he's a shitty talker though. I don't know.
Oh yeah, he can. Yeah, he's not a good promo.
He'd be exposed because if you watch his matches, it's so pre-planned. You can watch him. If you really watch him, he's so pre-planned everything he does because he'll sit there and practice for 6 months for his match with whoever he's going to feud with. So if you was to put him every single day on the road, he'll be exposed right away.
I think his style is so like.
That's a good worker.
You said I could Logan is from Cleveland.
he would get hurt.
He's actually Puerto Rican.
His style will get him hurt.
He's Puerto Rico now.
Yes, he's from Puerto Rico.
He plays Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Man,
keep no broom in his hand. What you mean he claimed Puerto Rico? He from Cleveland. Don't keep no broom in his hand.
He wears that black and yellow. I'm on that Ray.
Yeah. His style. I think his style. If he's a full time, his style will get him hurt. I think he would
sound
get
like
hurt.
a hater, nigga.
Nah, not at all. All that flipping bullshit.
All that flipping. Nigga, he the best.
All that flipping shit.
He already
hurt his knee doing that. Doing the hangman shit. Yeah,
he's winning the match.
Hurt his knee already.
I mean,
AJ Styles doesn't need to win.
Yeah, he does. AJ's there to put him over. He's to make him look good. That's what he's there for. Yeah,
I don't
Logan
think
Paul is
I
a
don't
good
think, I don't
match.
think he's gonna drop clean
And
though.
probably get a little bit of a push later on in the year for taking the L on Mania.
Yeah, they might, but I think AJ's looking to I think it's the end for him. He's just there to make other guys look good.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
I
good
don't think
pro. That's why he's a future Hall of Famer. So
They might
I don't
get
think
him
he's
to help put this guy over, the guy that won the Battle Royal today.
Oh,
Oh,
my
Melo?
man Mello.
Mello,
That
yeah,
dude,
they
that
might
dude needs
use
to get a
AJ and
push,
Mello. That'll
bro.
be good.
He's great.
Yeah.
Well, remember last year, I mean, when Knight won the Andre Battle Royal, and he started getting his push. So maybe the same thing for Melo.
Yeah.
He starts
So
getting over.
and he also had a match with AJ too. So maybe that they'll use AJ for him. But I think that's what AJ's there for, to make the guys look good. Logan's definitely going over, but this will be a good match.
I could see AJ Styles when he retires. He becomes a manager, like a heel manager. He has that vibe
Yeah,
if he
because
wants to do it.
they can
it
start
just depends how happy he is at home.
Yeah, if he wants to do it.
What's the
You
next
know, the
match? The
time-
next match is this is going to be a bad match, but I think something good is going to happen in this match.
Oh, I think Daddy's gonna turn on Valkyrie, on Lyra.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen too.
The signs have been there the last couple of weeks.
Bailey's just a better heel. She's just a better heel.
Yeah, she's a way better heel, and I think, and then she's over as a heel. So I can see Bailey turning. I mean, the match, I'm not. I like Liv Morgan, but I think Liv Morgan and Raquel win, but I think Bailey turns on Lyra.
And there goes your night 2 bathroom break. Go warm some food match right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Big
Liv
time.
and Raquel probably winning this one easily.
Oh, big time, yeah. But you just come in, just make sure you get back in time for the last 2 minutes for what happened. Yeah, that's it. So,
I love Liv and Raquel. They're great together. I think Liv has probably the most improved from either men or women in the last 2 years.
Oh, I think so.
she's great.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Her ring,
good. She's
her
just
character.
She's good. She's just
crazy?
so small, bro.
You know what's crazy? Yesterday I did a show with Rich Mancuso. He says he can't stand Liv Morgan. I'm like, why? She's one of the best
A
ones.
lot of people can't. A lot of people. I like her. And again, she's just I guess because she's so small, doesn't look believable. Like when she goes against the Raquel Rodriguez's,
The same thing with Io.
the Rias and stuff like that. Yeah.
But
Well,
I
that's
mean-
why same thing I said about EO too. I feel about the same way about EO too.
But I mean, you could say that about Shawn Michaels. Look how many people fucking Shawn Michaels was smaller than fucking, under the best
Right.
match probably ever against Undertaker. And
Correct.
Shawn Michaels is tiny and he put people over. His work. So being that style of wrestler, it's the same. It's pretty much the same shit.
Yeah. And the same with
And
Liv.
Liv
When
doesn't
she
go-
fought Rhea, I thought they worked good together. I thought that was a good match.
Liv doesn't go one-on-one like Liv she works like she's the smaller heel. She doesn't even try to some of them will go crazy want to get their moves in too. Tiffany tries to get all moves in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Liv doesn't do that. Liv
Yeah,
plays
she takes a lot of bumps and she puts a lot of these big people over. Like she'll be super dramatic, especially with her bumps too.
But that's true, bro.
And then she put
The
that
Elimination
she put
Chamber.
that face on, like, oh shit,
Yes.
I'm hurt.
Yes.
Yeah,
She sells like a
plays
motherfucker.
she plays the little, the little heel, the little sneaky
Yeah.
heel.
Well, that was Shawn Michaels. How many times you threw Shawn Michaels to the turnbuckle and he flew over the fucking turnbuckle? He made a career off that.
Shawn Michaels was perfect doing that.
Yeah, he made a career. He made a Hall of Fame career, fucking getting thrown over the turnbuckle and flipping over.
She takes a good beating. Like at the Elimination Chamber, she got all marked up with Bianca.
No, she's good. She's good for what she does. She's real good for what she does now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Liv is great. I think Liv has I think she's a future. I think she's the future of the women's division, like just in general. She doesn't even need the title either.
She's very
not
over.
anymore.
Yeah.
She's now. She's
I
gonna
think
have good matches.
She has
They
that
bring up
fucking laugh too, that annoying laugh, and her intro song is dope too. It's kind of like that Harley Quinn type shit.
Yo, you see
Yeah.
what Pedro wrote, Sock? I just noticed this now. He said, "Yo, compliant ass nigga Sock."
That's it. I'm trying to get home. I'm trying to get home to watch Raw.
Yo, I miss SmackDown. I didn't even watch that shit.
I know. I just
so
saw on
happened.
IG. We missed the whole Cody and Cena promo battle.
Yeah, the fucking start the show at 10 something. What the fuck inconsiderate shit is that, Tom?
Let's
No,
go on to
find
the
it on
next
Twitter.
match there, guys.
Next one. Go ahead.
What time is the Hall of Fame shit?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock in the morning, my nigga, because it's
I'll
over
watch that tomorrow.
God, bro. 1 o'clock in the morning. What channel is on? On the on Peacock?
Probably Peacock.
You know, Flex is staying up till 1 to watch that. He's a fucking loyal mark.
Flex gonna be up till 4 in the morning. If he does that.
No. I'm not watching that.
Yeah,
They
Flex.
drag-
Oh,
they
I
drag
can't
all
watch.
of
Oh,
them.
yeah, you know why? Because Flex is a Triple H hater. Because I told him that Paul is better than HBK. Better. Look at the
Wow.
numbers.
Wow, that's a
Look at
negative.
everything. It's better.
I'm with you, Flex.
Triple H not
I
better
don't
than
see
Randy
how.
Savage.
I'm with you, Flex. I don't see how Michelle McCool made
I
it.
cannot watch Michelle McCool. Come on, man.
I don't know how she made the Hall of Fame. That
Because
was
she's married
crazy.
to the fucking Undertaker. That's why.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's the same thing like Charmel. Queen
I couldn't
Charmel.
watch her either. She's another one.
No,
Trash.
no.
Look, they got
Yeah,
Earthquake,
it's hard.
Earthquake and Typhoon as in.
I can watch that as a
Come on,
big
man.
Earthquake
Earthquake
guy.
and Typhoon. Come on.
Earthquake deserves
Earthquake
it.
in the Hall of Fame?
Typhoon. You can Earthquake does it to deserve it, not Typhoon. Typhoon was terrible.
Nigga, that's a
If they're gonna
shocking. That's
put,
the
if they're gonna
nigga.
put them in, I know.
I know.
I know they're not gonna put Demolition in for a while because of who was it? Because of
Then they-
Smash.
No,
They have
but
a
Demolition
lawsuit.
just signed a Legends deal, so they'll be in soon.
Yeah, just signed Legends deal. Yep.
Yeah, but they should have been in years ago. You know.
Oh yeah,
So-
they should have been in.
But if they're gonna put these guys in, then put because Haku's not in. Put the Colossal Connection in. Put Andre.
Oh,
Giant
yeah.
Is
and
Batista
Haku.
in?
Huh?
No, not yet.
No, but they'll put him in. But I'm saying Haku's not in. They could put Haku in with Andre the Giant. If they
Yeah.
do a tag team,
did-
'cause I think Haku.
What I want to know, what did Rick Martel do to somebody? How
I
is Rick
don't know,
Martel not in the Hall
Rick
of Fame?
Martel told him no.
Really?
Rick Martel wants nothing to do with wrestling anymore.
Oh wow!
Wow.
So he told
I didn't
him
know
no.
that.
He,
Yeah, 'cause he should be in the
I
Hall
think
of Fame.
he's like some millionaire. He owns some business.
Rick Martel's probably the best.
Arrogance.
He's in Canada, right?
Probably
He's
the best
Canadian, right?
wrestler not.
He's Canadian. He's Canadian, Tom.
Yeah, he's probably the best wrestler not in the Hall of Fame. Rick Martel was super,
mob.
he's super over.
Yeah,
He
but
always lasted long in the Royal Rumbles.
Yo, what was the tag team?
Yes.
he was in?
is Jake in the Hall of Fame?
Strike Force.
Strike Force.
Can-Am Connection.
Can-Am Connection was
Jake
great,
the Snake.
Basura.
but he was AWA World Champion.
Yes,
Yo,
he
you know
was.
what they said about Bret Hart? He was getting at Bret Hart.
Who?
Wasn't he tag champ for Tony Garea?
They Snake.
Who?
Oh, that's why Jake's not in it?
No. I said that you didn't hear what Jake the Snake said about Bret Hart about the screw job, and he was calling Bret Hart a scumbag for not wanting to drop the title. He was talking mad shit about him.
Yeah, they've had heat. Yeah, I've heard him talk shit about Brett. But
But
yeah,
But Jake's not in the Hall of Fame. I thought he was.
I thought he's
Yeah,
in.
he
He's in.
he's in.
He's in.
DDP.
Yeah, he's
in. DDP introduced him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think Haku is another guy that should be in the Hall of Fame.
Of course he should. Monster heel too.
You know.
Well, look how long it took
Listen.
Yo,
Lex.
you like your son? He should. Yo, not for nothing. He's low key. He could work, bro. And but he don't get love like that. The bloodline don't get love anymore after that whole fucking.
Yeah.
That's like they don't.
When
After tribal combat, they became garbage. That was they buried him.
Solo as the leader, if you were going to do that, Solo had to be Cody to make them.
Oh, he had to beat Roman. Have him beat Roman. Could have had him.
He wasn't going to beat Roman.
Roman job. Could have had him job.
Yeah.
He
It didn't have to be. He didn't have to job in the tribal combat match, but you could have had him job and then have him face him in tribal combat, and then go over. You could have had him Roman jobs him once.
I think when Bronco Reed comes back,
and be champion until Roman came back, but you don't want to take Cody's reign, so.
Yo, I don't see who this guy's fighting tomorrow. Randy Orton.
They didn't
Nobody
say
yet. We don't know.
challenged anybody.
Oh, surprise!
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be Rusev.
Yo, that was
I heard
great last
Rusev.
week when Solo came out and told him to shut up, that he's tired of hearing him cry. And that shit was awesome, bro.
I didn't see it, but
It's gonna-
He came out. He was like, yo, shut up, man.
Who said that?
Rusev. It's gonna be Rusev Day.
Solo last week. You didn't remember when he
Last
came
week,
out?
yeah.
He came out, and then Randy was like, "You could your ass out of here."
Yeah.
And then they started fighting, and then LA Knight came out.
It should be my man Nick Aldis, man. He ate an RKO.
I know. Maybe he answers the challenge.
So then
Maybe he answers the challenge.
Nick Aldis got to go over then, bro. He can't fucking come out of retirement and fucking take a L like that.
That's the thing too. If you bring out Rusev to challenge, Rusev can't lose. He has to go over.
I heard it might be Rusev or Aleister Black.
Nah, they already put Aleister Black debut date is going to be the 25th. They showed it today.
Because he's garbage too, Aleister Black.
He's garbage. That's Sox boy.
I like his gimmick.
Trash.
Damn.
He's so great. Yeah, he's
really.
Yo,
I like that. My God.
Flex, when are they calling up these guys from NXT, bro? Like Ethan Page should be on the fucking main roster already. Trick Williams, like what the fuck are they doing, bro? They're wasting these guys.
You know
Trick is not ready yet, bro. Trick is not ready.
Fucking signing Rusev back and Alec, those guys suck.
It's your boy Triple H.
Man.
Ethan Page is fucking great, bro.
That's Reno's guy, Triple H.
Yo, all ego, he'll be the fucking best in 5 years, bro.
Ethan Page is a mid-card guy. If you're gonna bring him up, he's gonna feud for Intercontinental title or U.S. title. You can't. He's not a main event guy. He's good. I like him.
Still there?
Who?
Pillman's son is still there? Brian
Yeah, he's
Pillman's
still
son?
there. Yeah, he's still there.
He's much better now. I saw him like a couple years ago.
He
I need my man Joe Henry be on the main card.
I heard somebody said maybe Joe Henry answers the challenge, but you can't have him job. If you have him job again, you just credit the TNA title, and you don't want to do that because you have a working relationship.
Yeah.
You're having every TNA guy jobs to every NXT guy, and it's ridiculous.
What about Jordan Grace? When is she going to be? Jordan Grace is going to be a big player. You can't bring her in and just be a jobber.
Well, they're waiting for right away. Jordan Grace and Jade Cargill, so they're gonna wait for that one.
And she's slimming down. She must not be hitting the juice anymore like she used to. She's
she's definitely not hitting the juice. She's not hitting the juice.
She used to be big.
Yo, so who's winning this fatal four-way that we got on the screen?
Who's this?
Hold on.
What's the next match anyway, Tom? What's the next match, Tom?
This match is the next match. Yeah, I'm going to order the matches. This is the next one. The fatal four-way.
I'm going Dom Mysterio.
Wow, that'd be amazing.
And then
he's gonna win the title.
And then Finn and Dom feud because Finn is fucking jealous.
Because they're gonna turn Finn face again. They're trying to face again. And his heel run has come to an end. Nobody cares. I turn him face again.
Yeah.
Bring a demon back. Even though I hate the demon gimmick, to me that was terrible.
Yeah,
you got to turn him face again.
I don't understand that, bro. Finn is great. He's a great worker. I just don't understand what they're doing with him. And he's one of the top earners in the fucking company. He makes I saw the list. He makes like $6 million a year.
His accent, bro, is what to me is what flex him up. The accent.
But when you talk Spanish, he's great.
Like what? Drew has an accent. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, but Drew's accent is not as heavy as this dude. His accent is heavy. Like, and Drew cuts a better promo than him, bro. You can't even compare. Drew's a monster promo.
No, he's great, Drew. He's great. This guy Finn. They need to creative needs to give him a better gimmick or whatever because I don't know.
Does everybody agree that Dom is going to win? Win his first?
I got Dom.
No, I think Braun keeps the
Penta, bro.
I was thinking Penta, but you know what? Dom could win this.
Nah, I think Braun keeps the belt. I think
Braun it's time for Braun to move up too.
I think Penta they're gonna eventually team him and his brother up.
That was the plan originally, yeah. So that's gonna happen. The tag team division needs it too. The tag team division is
Yeah.
terrible. They keep shitting on my boys A-Town down, man. And
Yeah,
my
they
guys
do.
live, man.
They should be way better than
Yeah. But who
Yeah,
doesn't like
yeah.
A-Town now? There's somebody here that can't stand him. Who's the guy that
Yeah, who's that?
who doesn't
I
like
think
Austin Theory?
is it
That's probably
Gio?
X.
I
Or
don't like Austin Theory.
I'm not an Austin Theory guy. I like him as A-Town down.
It's the same thing.
No, I like him. I don't like him as a solo. As a solo.
Effect. I like that segment. That's good.
That's amazing that 2 WrestleManias ago he fucking pinned John Cena clean, and now he's not even at WrestleMania.
And now your man's jobbing to Jay in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Triple H.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's your boy, Triple H.
If it's not one of his indie guys, you're gonna get buried.
The GOAT, Flex.
Even though
so we got 2 more matches left. We'll go to Brett's favorite match coming up right now.
That's a good. I think this is gonna be a good match, and obviously, I think Drew should be over, and Priest needs to go back to being a heel. Babyface Priest ain't it? He's a better heel, and Drew needs to go over, and then Drew needs to get a title push.
Priest's gimmick is as a face, like you said, it's over. People are over it. You know what I mean? His promos are very cookie cutter. It's like I like Priest. Don't get me wrong, but it's just the gimmick has just run its course.
I think Drew is due too. I think Drew is due to get a big WrestleMania moment. So I think Drew definitely goes over in this.
But I think this match is gonna be good. It's a street fight. Somebody's gonna bleed tables. So I think it's gonna be very entertaining.
I agree.
Yeah,
this sets it up. Another good match.
It's the sets it up for the main event too. So it's gonna get the crowd hype and everything. So
the main event is next.
Yeah, the main event is next. So you're gonna get big spots. Unless, I mean, we don't know where you're gonna put that Randy Orton match. I don't know if that's. I think it's Sunday because it's only 6 matches. It's only 13 matches they have listed. 7 for tomorrow and 6 on Sunday.
Yeah, so
Randy will be the 7th Sunday.
So Randy Orton's match is probably gonna. I think Randy Orton's match is gonna be like 3rd or 4th. It's not gonna be like towards the. I think it's gonna be in the middle.
Yeah, so this is gonna set up the main event. So there's gonna be a big spot or somebody a big bump where it's gonna get the crowd amped for the main event.
Yep.
So
are they gonna?
So we all agree. We all agree.
It's gonna be like outside. Like
we all agree Drew's going over. Anyone doesn't have Drew going over?
Nah, Drew is winning this.
Yeah, Drew finally got
he has to. He's lost so much. But
if Priest goes
outside, like remember like Piper and Goldust, it's gonna be like
the Hollywood backyard, backward brawl, bro.
Yeah. Bruce Pritchard gonna that match is all Bruce Pritchard.
If Priest goes over, that is a straight Triple H call because Priest is a Triple H guy. If Priest goes over, that's a straight Triple H.
Yo, that means Drew's gonna lose his shit on Twitter if he doesn't go over.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. Mancuso says that Priest been going to Mad Yankee games.
So, he's always there. He's always there.
He's been,
Yeah.
And then now for the main event, the big match, the match that I think they did a terrible job building up for.
I'm with you.
I'm just not into this match as much as maybe some people are. I'm just not into it.
I'm with you, Tom. You know what it is? The absence of Cena is what's killing the match. Cody, as good as Cody is, Cody cannot carry this feud by himself. And he's kind of carrying by himself. You get a Cena promo here, you get a Cena promo there, but I am not as hype as I was. And then the Cena heel turn, for the heel turn to be like in full effect, he has to be around more, and still wearing the bright colors is not doing it for me as a heel.
I agree. I didn't even notice that. Like you're right with those colors. The shirts is pretty dope that they did when he had a different shirt for every country that he was in.
Europe, yeah, I saw that. That was cool. But if he was gonna do full time, he was gonna do heel. He had to be at every show, either Raw or SmackDown. Even if this guy wasn't even, let's say, he wasn't there in Raw. He went to SmackDown. He could cook Cody on the mic while Cody wasn't there, and just keep building it up. Like, how you missing shows, bro? Like, this is the biggest heel turn in fucking since Hogan, and you not fucking like, come on, bro. You're retiring in December. You can't just fucking work for the next fucking 2 months.
I agree.
Exactly. Or he could have did like a Hollywood Rock. Give me some tape promos. You know what I mean? Cutting
No,
heel promos.
right. You're right. He could have been
Yeah.
fucking in the limousine with Rock, drinking champagne, caviar,
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
shit. But I think Cena's winning. But if Cody wins, it's because he fucking goes heel and he sells the show.
Or The Rock turns on him. You know what I mean? He loses and The Rock, they come in. You know, I think at the end of the match it was possible if Cody goes over, The Rock, the final boss, say he's there. He comes over and they beat the shit out of him. And then Cody comes back and helps Cena. Cena's back as face again. Because he's not going to go full-time heel for the rest of his run.
I think that would be whack. That'd be a waste of a heel turn. Fucking turning.
I agree.
What, 6 weeks, 2 months?
Yeah, here's the big story.
That's garbage.
This is what Flex has been waiting for.
Flex been holding this ace card right now.
Everyone's so terrified of you on the mic. I'm not, because I know you've got more dick in that promo than you do in your jorts.
Take it away, Flex.
Go.
Cena will win. The Rock will come out to help Cena. The glass will break. Stone Cold will come out. This building will go crazy when Stone Cold comes out. He'll go in. He'll turn around, kick Cody right in his stomach, stun Cody. Cena wins the belt. You're going to have Cena, Rock, and Austin as your heels from no time. And it will be Cody, Roman, and Punk versus those three. And that'll be your feud going through the whole summer.
I don't know. That sounds great. But Stone Cold just got his knee replaced, bro. I don't know if Stone Cold
don't got to wrestle. He has 2 matches in the rest of this year. He'll wrestle at SummerSlam and Mania. That's it.
Knee replacement, brother. I don't know if he wants to drop down when he's done.
All he's gonna do is walk around, stick a middle finger, and kick you. He don't got to do nothing else.
Well, he didn't do it. That's what he did in his match anyway. He just threw punches. He best pressed and threw punches and stunned. That's what his matches were. Anyway,
you wanna end Mania. Austin as a heel. The three icons of the last 20 years are all heels.
I like that.
I don't
you really trying to send a bunch of kids crying? I mean, fuck.
Yo,
he's cutting a heel promo.
That means all the Austin fans are gonna be pissed, but then it's gonna put Cody over even more as a baby.
Cody's gonna be up. Then he just
the greatest baby face of all time.
Exactly. He's gonna pass his dad as a bigger baby face with this one if he takes a stunner after losing, and everybody thinks Austin is coming to help him, and then he takes a stunner.
Jeez. If that happens, then you know what, Flex, you can
you could pack it up.
If that happens, you can definitely do the Barry Horowitz without a doubt.
Look, you want heat because so Cena wins, right? All right, Cena beats him. What the hell we have then?
Well, you have Cody chasing him until SummerSlam.
You have Cody chasing the heel Cena, and who's not around as much. So they can take the belt. All three of them can take the belt. Just be like, they don't need to walk around the belt. They don't have to show up all the time. People hate it because they're not even showing up. They'll do promos, do promos in the back or whatever. Stone Cold could be on the podcast talking shit. He has his own podcast.
I don't know, man. I don't think Austin can move.
He don't need to.
Nah, he got that knee replacement, bro.
You're saying that he's gonna have to work a match. So you're gonna have to work in SummerSlam?
He sat there and did that bullshit with Kevin Owens.
I like that match, bro. I like that match.
Stone Cold put in work.
I like that match, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Fucking SummerSlam match, another 6-man tag match.
Yes.
I don't think that's
garbage though, bro. Nobody wants a 6-man tag.
80,000 people in MetLife going crazy for Cody and whoever he wants to beat those three guys in that ring.
Yeah, but who? Cody Roman again? Cody Roman and Punk?
I don't know who you could put. Like, you gotta think about who. Punk.
Who?
You
Undertaker's
would
coming
want to
out
see
of retirement too?
You know Punk and Rock in the ring?
I don't know, man. I think because
Dwayne?
then that shorts the feud with Punk with Seth or Roman if that fucking if
Punk and Seth don't need to be this. It's over with Punk and Seth.
I don't know. I think they kill everything because unless if Cena wins, he's got to lose it right away. He's not making appearances. He didn't
plus
build up
Cena's
to
talking about
WrestleMania.
retiring the belt. Come on. So what
I
you
can
gonna
see Cena winning the belt
retire
later on in the year, maybe at the end of the year. But he's not making appearances to do any promos or anything like that. If that was to happen, he has to show up tomorrow night on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Let me ask you a question. What happens? You think what happens if Cody wins? Now where do they go with that?
There's nowhere to go.
Cody, they're gonna go Cody Drew next. That's gonna be the next feud. Cody Drew. If Drew wins and Cody wins, it's gonna be Cody Drew.
But here's the thing: Cody's title run has been a little underwhelming because they haven't developed enough heels.
Yeah, they haven't developed any heels for him.
I mean, him and Logan could have had a good program.
I didn't
like the him and Owens program. I thought that shit was whack too.
I think a Cody feud or Cody Gunther feud would be fucking like.
Well, they already had that. They're gonna keep them away from each other because of the brand split.
I think what's gonna happen is kind of like the Rock versus Hogan match where Rhodes is gonna win, but the fans are gonna kind of slowly start cheering for for Cena and then he's gonna kind of get like that face turn during the match, and I think Cody kind of turns heel a little bit towards the end of the match too, and I can see the Rock costing Cena the match by mistake. Therefore, it'll be some type of swerve. I don't see Cena winning this match. I really don't.
And when you think Cody, then on Monday Night Raw, Cody's like telling the fans that he's disappointed by their reaction or whatever. And he's bothered by how they fucking jerk. They weren't behind them, and then they build it up when
he's too much of a face. Like, he won't even address it. He's too much of a face.
Who's he wrestling?
He's too much white man baby face right now.
Yeah, he's telling too much. If he wins, on to the next. Because I know Drew, they want to put him and Drew as a feud, and you need Drew because of Monster heel, and Drew's gonna cut crazy promos on Cody and kill him on Twitter. So you have to go there. And then Cena wins the belt at SummerSlam, huh?
So then that's it with Cena. Cena loses at WrestleMania, and then Cena that's it.
He'll turn face by SummerSlam, and then he'll take the title off with Drew or somebody.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something like that because he's not making appearances. I don't see them giving him the title, and he's not. They already did that with Roman. I don't think they're going to do that with Cena.
Cena's winning the belt.
Wow.
He has to win the belt.
This is going to be great. The next 2 days, that's for sure.
Yep.
Just to hear Gio complain about every match, that's going to be great.
In the chat, yeah, that definitely.
He's only going to like when The Rock and Austin show up.
Yep, that's it. When the final boss.
My man Stephen L says he thinks that if 316, if Stone Cold comes out, he's gonna help Cody. He ain't gonna help.
That's what everybody thinks. That's why Austin should kick him right into stun him, and then there you go.
Now, how would you
kick him? Austin should kick him, stun him, and walk off. And don't even explain anything. Just walk off.
Walk off.
Flip the two birds and then get out of here.
So everybody
leaves. He's a rattlesnake, bro. He does what he wants.
Because they haven't done a WrestleMania where, I know Roman, but Roman was over as a heel. They haven't done a WrestleMania in a while where the heel, they send everybody upset where the big heel wins.
I don't
think.
I think Brock was the last heel. I think Brock was the last heel that went over. Brock went over on Roman. Remember, Roman was the face, and Brock went over like twice. Those 2 years in a row on Roman.
That was a while ago, though.
Yeah, but that was the last time that I can remember offhand that the heel went home with the belt.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they do it again. I think they send everybody happy. I think Cody wins.
Well,
We'll see.
remember
It's gonna be one.
that was Vince's formula, but at 39, you know, me included, that shit was a gut kick. I thought Cody was gonna win.
Oh, the
Yeah,
I was
first Cody
happy.
match?
Cody was gonna go over that
Yeah.
match. Everybody's like, it's a guarantee Cody's going over. And when he lost, everybody was shocked and
Yeah.
pissed.
Remember,
I had
this
a
is
feeling he was going because they wanted him to have the belt. They want him to break Hogan's streak. So I had a feeling like I was 50-50. I'm like, they want him to take Hogan's title streak. So I kind of was like, thought he was gonna win, and then I was like, that could be Cody. But nonetheless, it was still shocking, 39. No matter how you flip it, like, oh shit, he lost. Like,
I tell you
I
what,
mean,
one thing good about doing this live is that it stays in the archive. So we got your prediction, Flex. So
yeah.
you can't lie and say
there we go.
you can't lie and say I
Remember,
said
this is the final boss's company now. He wants WrestleMania. He always wants a big spectacle in the end of WrestleMania. You don't get bigger than Austin coming out there and doing
I
something
mean,
like
but are they friends?
that. Who?
Yeah,
Austin
bro,
and
they're good
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
They're really good friends, bro.
and
Yeah.
Austin, you know what? I didn't even think Austin's going to be at the Hall of Fame, right? He's getting
Austin
inducted.
there. I just saw a video.
Him and Brett.
He was with Roman.
Yeah,
Roman's
Austin was
gonna get
good.
in the Hall of
That's what I
Fame.
was talking about.
So that
Austin
makes
gave
sense.
an interview, and he was saying that he was done. He was like, Kevin, he said that was it. Kevin Owens was his last match ever. I just saw an interview a couple minutes ago before we got on the
I
line.
mean, the old NWA formula was the babyface chasing the title. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I can see, you know, Cody. I mean, because Cena's supposed to wrestle until December, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
he goes to December.
Then he retires in West Newbury, Massachusetts.
So Cody could chase him down until, you know, even I don't know, Survivor Series at that rate. Because
Well, you have to turn him
retire.
face. You
Yeah,
have
I
to
don't
turn
think
him
Cena
face before he's
yeah,
retired.
he doesn't retire heel. You know, I mean,
But like we said earlier, the heel turn has been very underwhelming. It was at first shock, like, oh, and now it's just been like,
Yeah.
but the
He's
heel
not
turn was
on
not.
TV enough.
The heel turn is against the fans, though. I like that gimmick that they're doing. He's like he has a shot on Cody. You know, he's basically displaying his disdain against the fans.
Yeah.
You know, the promo that he cut, I forgot what country it was. I think it's Belgium. He said this has been an abusive relationship. You know, I thought it was amazing. You know, it's just like you said.
One thing you know, he could cut a promo, bro. When he's in the past, when he's doing not the goofy dumb shit. When he's angry and he's passionate, he cuts a good promo. I hate the goofy, like I hate those promos. Oh my god.
Yo, Sock, Alfacio says, is that Sock? He's actually here. Yeah, Alfacio, he actually made it live. He's actually made an appearance.
Stop, they coming for you, bro. What's going on?
Hey man, if they're not cooking you, you're not important. You know what I mean? They're not, so I appreciate it.
If you don't got haters, that means you ain't popping, right?
That's it.
That's Alfacio Falcone. That's the Sock works with him. He's a pro fighter. He's from the Bronx. Sock is his strength and conditioning coach.
That's it.
Definitely. This has definitely happened, Stephen. No, he's definitely trying
Austin gonna stun him, and you'll be seeing promos from The Rock, Austin, and Cena at the TKO headquarters, sitting right there at the thing.
Listen, this is recorded. We got
like a new NWO.
I don't know. My man Stone Cold likes to just be in the desert in his trailer working out. That's what
you want to talk about? Yo, you want to check this out? We're talking about turncoats.
I like all his videos.
You want to talk about turncoats and turning heel and turning face? This guy on the screen was a Golden State Warriors fan before it was cool to be a Golden State Warriors fan back in the day, and he turned, and now he's a Knicks fan, and he turned and became a Knicks fan right before the Warriors won.
So he's a jumper. He's a jumper.
He's a jumper. When he was legit.
It's like the guy that sold Amazon stock back in '97. Like, nigga, what are you doing? Like, hold on to that. Like, nigga, no. It's just a fad.
Who was even on the Knicks that will make him jump at that time? Melo?
Sprewell.
Was it Sprewell? Pedro,
yes.
what made you become a Knicks fan after that? Because
Sprewell.
he was a big time Warriors fan.
Damn, man. Sucks
Came
to be.
up.
You could have had five. You could have had
Came
four,
up.
and now
He
you
said,
got.
yeah, he said Spreewell because of Spreewell.
And now
Yeah.
you
Spreewell's in jail.
now you got the Knicks gonna be struggling to get out the first round, and if they go to the second, they're gonna get smoked by Boston.
Well, and in the words of my man Mal, Boston's in trouble.
Yeah, all right,
That's
bro.
right.
Come on, bro.
Shout out to Mal.
Orlando's
Shout
doing
out
the
to my
job.
man Mal.
Orlando's doing the job. They're doing the job in 5 games. That shit is gonna be like preseason.
He said Spreewell only brought rims to the culture. Yo, guys, I appreciate you guys. This was dope. WrestleMania preview. The predictions are pretty cool, pretty good. That Stone Cold one came out of nowhere. I did not see that one coming. So if that happens, Flex, I can never clown you about your predictions ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
but what if Stone Cold stuns Cena and The Rock? Does he get credit for that?
I think he still gets. I give him credit.
Give me credit for that because I think
I'll still give you credit.
I think Stone Cold, that makes sense for Stone Cold to come out and stun them and help.
Yeah,
Cody.
but I'll still give you credit because I didn't think he would make an appearance at all. So
he's
there. From what I heard today too, the way he was speaking, like he said, he's done. But if he comes out, you the man, bro. You know I gave you your flowers last time on Cena. I'll give you your flowers again, my boy.
Well, I'll leave it at this note. At least Allegiant Stadium will be sold out, and have happy fans tomorrow this weekend because they couldn't sell out for Raider games because they usually away games. But with that being said, birds, my boys, we going back to back.
Don't worry, Saki. I got Gino
tomorrow, baby.
They got Gino.
They got Gino. They winning.
Yo, this was great, my boys. Appreciate y'all. We'll be on the chat tomorrow, chatting it up.
Sock, stick around for a minute if you want. And Reno, you can stick around too. I don't know if there's any boxing we could talk about, but
you can say we can chop it up a little bit.
A little boxing.
About
boxing, come back. Now D3 back up. D3, you heard Brett talking shit about the Eagles. Your Commanders better do something this year, man. Because
I'm not worried about Brett. I mean, he better worry if he's gonna have a healthy Saquon Barkley. He's going on the cover of Madden. You know what happens?
That's true. That's a fact.
Wow. Three letters. 3 letters, 2 words. ACL done for year. Right. 3 letters, 3 words.
The bad thing, the funny thing about it is they the Super Bowl champs. They more worried about us than we worried about them.
Yeah.
True. Snap. I forgot you're a Packers fan too. He's from Wisconsin. Wow. Another Packers fan. We had 2 Packers fans in the live. 88 Sports Talk is a Packers fan too.
I seen the teams. Matter of fact, I seen the teams that we playing this year. And I think we ain't gonna like each other on that week. You're not gonna like me, and Sock ain't gonna like me neither, because we play against the Seahawks and the Raiders this year.
Oh,
I'm a Raiders fan too, my boy. I'm a Raiders
fan too. So
I'm a Raiders fan too.
Also a Raider fan.
Yeah, we played the Seahawks and the Raiders this year. We played the Seahawks, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Kansas City. We played Miami. We played the Vikings.
That's a tough schedule, brother.
We played
Chicago. That's a tough schedule. That's a tough schedule.
Yeah, Atlanta.
D3, man. I know my team. I don't have high expectations for Seattle, but you better hope your guy don't have that sophomore slump.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about no sophomore slump. Sophomore slumps come to average quarterbacks. He's not an average quarterback.
Ooh, talk your shit, kid.
Talk your shit, kid. I can't even argue with you. You earned that shit talk. You earned it. So I can't even say.
The Packers are going to be good. The Packers made a lot of moves, but I got hate for the Packers. Nothing against you, Steven, but we got a friend of ours named I don't even want to say Quincy's name, and he talked mad shit about the Packers, and he be rooting for the Eagles on the low. So that's
my God, I don't even want. That was the most egregious behavior ever. With that root for the Eagles. Go Birds! Like, come on, my boy. Like,
Wow.
Pedro,
Yeah,
you're not even supposed to be talking and admitting that you're a Giants fan. But you got my man Russell Wilson, so y'all might win some games. I think the Giants might win 7 games this year.
Speaking of, did you see this guy Jadarius Tony? He retired and now he's a full-time rapper.
he wants to be known as a rapper now.
Yeah.
He's toasted too. He's
Yo,
toasted
he's
The receiver.
CTE is real. Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
What you said? What is real?
CTE.
He's toasted.
Hey,
Yo, he's cooked.
what if Russell Wilson lose the starting position to Jameson Winston?
I hope he does. I want
That'd be
James.
amazing.
Let's go, J-Mo. I like Jameson, man.
Nah, man, fuck you, man. I don't like the Giants, but I still rock with Russ. So I hope Russell Wilson. But I think the Giants win 7-8 games, and Russ has a solid year, So
When is the draft?
next week.
Next week.
It's next Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next Thursday.
We doing the preview?
Yeah, I'm doing the daggone draft show Thursday and Friday. I'm not gonna do one Saturday, but I'm doing Thursday and Friday.
Yeah,
Nice.
and D Free's done a couple good ones where he did by positions. And y'all did a mock draft
nice.
too. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, we're gonna do a mock draft. The last mock draft, we're gonna do Wednesday. So we're gonna make our last prediction of what we think our teams are gonna do. I mean, it's open to whoever want to come up. Of course, I can have up to 10 people up on the platform. So whoever want to come up and pick for their team, they can pick for their team. We're only going to do like the first 4 or 5 rounds, and then after that, it's pretty much a bunch of people that you don't feel is going to make the squad. So, but we're going to probably do the first 4 or 5 rounds. It's going to be open to everybody who wants to come up and pick for their team. And then, like I said, Thursday we're going to do the draft show, and we're going to do the draft show on Friday.
Nice.
Yeah, that was pretty cool because he had a bunch of guys at all different teams. He had Southern T who liked the Titans. He had BVO who likes the Browns. Dub is a Cowboys fan. He's a Washington fan, and who else you had? He had a couple other guys.
Marky Dan and Prize is Philadelphia Eagle fans.
Yeah.
You are a Seattle Seahawks fan.
Yeah, I missed out, so I'll come up and I'll do the Seahawks, and then if you guys come up, I'll do the Raiders.
I'm trying to figure out. It is somebody that is a Giants fan. I can't remember who it was. We do have a Giants fan too. I just can't remember who it was, but it was somebody that was in the chat. They was a Giants fan. They said they want to come up. So I say it's open to whoever want to come up. And
I know 88 be around in the chat. He's a Packers fan, and Stephen L. If you're watching this, you should come up too. You do the Packers. So that's pretty cool. And I like when you broke down the top receivers. I think you did the linemen as well. Who else?
I did the defensive edge. I did the edge rushers. I did the receivers and the running backs.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty dope. That's one thing I agree on.
Where is the host city? Where's the host city of the draft?
I feel like it's up north somewhere.
Like Kansas City. It's that small city. It's like one of those kind of cities.
No, they already did it in Kansas City though recently, so I don't think it's.
But it's not a big city.
2025 draft. I feel like it's in north somewhere, but maybe
Detroit.
No, it's not Detroit. I think it was Detroit last year or the year before.
Yeah, it was recent. They did Minnesota. Where is the? Oh, it's in Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Okay.
Wow. So yes, I said north, so I was close. Yeah, it's in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
because I think Green Bay plays that Hall of Fame game first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, and Green Bay made some moves. They're supposed to be solid this year, but like I said, I got hate.
It's all on love, or whatever love. It's all on love. All on love.
I agree. I mean, they always draft well. Green Bay. I can't hate. They don't sign nobody, but they draft well.
Well, they signed our guy, and he had a monster year. So
yeah, that's true.
Let's go to boxing real quick. I know the Seahawks are trash, Pedro, but we're better than y'all. But y'all beat us last year, so you know what? I'm not gonna say anything. You know what? You got it. But y'all got Russell Wilson, so hold that. But no big boxing news. But I guess the biggest news of the day in boxing, I guess if y'all want to talk about it, Jake Paul announcing that he's going to fight Chavez Jr. What you guys think about that?
It's Chavez Jr. hasn't taken boxing serious since he fought Sergio Martinez. He's kind of just it's become a novelty. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't want to fight. He lives off his daddy's name. I mean, is it a step up? Yeah, compared to fighting an NBA player. You know what I mean? But he did lose to Anderson Silva, and then his last fight, he shouldn't have got the decision, and he got the decision anyway. So I mean, everything's calculated with Jake Paul. Am I gonna watch? Yeah, but not excited for it.
Well, they teamed up with Golden Boy MVP, so they got that Ramirez is fighting on the card, so they might add a couple other good fights. So this might actually be a decent card. I think it's going to be entertaining. If it's not fixed, if it's legit, I think Chavez Jr. tries hard, and I think this is a worthy opponent for Paul. And I think then we can gauge and see how good Paul is or not. So. I'm intrigued by it. I hope we get a Chavez Jr. that has some sort of pride.
Right. You have to get the Chavez Jr. that fought Sergio Martinez. Well, the last round, because the whole fight he was getting outboxed, but the last round, the 12th round, you get that Chavez Jr. Well, we're 12 years removed from that. So if you get that Chavez Jr., it'd be interesting. And if he's not taking the dive for the bag, which is quite possible, like you said, Tom, then we should have an interesting fight.
Yeah. Stephen L says JR Jr. is getting stretched.
Is he 40? Yeah, or 38?
He's close, damn near.
He's up there.
Damn near.
38, 39. I mean, look.
Yeah, he up there. He up there. Somewhere around that age.
If it's legit, Jake Paul's not used to somebody with pressure coming forward. And one thing, Chavez Jr. has a chin, and he could punch.
I was going to say that. Mm-hmm.
And he's taller than Jake Paul. Like Jake Paul's gonna be looking up for the first time in a minute.
And remember, Chavez always had trouble making weight too, so he's heavy.
Right, exactly. And if he's not doing lines, in the locker room of fucking broads, listen.
Getting hookers stealing his shit. Remember when the hookers stole his shit?
yeah. Listen, by accident. Chavez Jr. could knock him out with a body shot.
Yeah.
Like if it, you know what I mean? Like he's a talented bum. He's a talented crackhead.
Only thing with Chavez Jr., everything is wide. Everything is wide hooks. Hooks. Everything's wide. You know what I mean?
But like you said, my brother, I'll be watching. It's a shit show, but I'll be there.
My only thing about the whole thing is Chavez hasn't fought in I don't know how long.
Right.
Of course, they trying to. Jake Paul is trying to make his name off of former fighters that hasn't fought in a while. So it's a showcase fight for Jake Paul. But like y'all said, Chavez is a tough fighter. But that was when he was active. I don't know how he's gonna be now. He hasn't fought in a few years. So I don't know how good he's going to be.
He fought a couple months ago. He fought an MMA guy. He should have lost the decision, and they gave him the decision because they already planted the seeds for him and Jake Paul. He looked terrible. He looked terrible.
Had a fight?
Yeah, he looked terrible.
If he looked terrible against an MMA guy, was it a boxing match or was it an MMA fight?
It was a boxing match. I can't remember.
He gonna get beat. If he looked terrible against an MMA guy, he ain't gonna look good against Jake Paul because Jake Paul had his way with MMA guys.
I think he fought Jared Cannonier.
It was the fighter. It was a.
Didn't he fight like Jared Cannonier? Look it up. He fought MMA guy.
It was on the undercard of a Jake Paul fight, right?
And he looked awful.
Yeah, so Jake Paul gonna have his way with him because Jake Paul he makes a payday off of MMA guys. That's what he does. He makes paydays off of MMA guys. So if he look bad against an MMA guy, I don't think he's gonna go out there and beat Jake Paul. And the thing is, Jake Paul picks his opponents, and he picks the opponents that he feel he can win. It's not like he's with a promotional company and they setting him up with tough competition. He picks the opponents that he thinks he could win against. That's why he picked a 60-year-old Mike Tyson. I mean, you know, Mike Tyson ain't fought in like 20 years. So
Mike Tyson
I
had
mean, no.
fought,
yeah, he did fight. He fought Uriah Hall. I think he's an MMA
Uriah
guy.
Hall. That's an old school MMA guy, and he was
Yeah.
getting beat up, and they gave him the decision.
Yeah, no. Jake Paul is a showcase fact for Jake Paul, and Chavez has a name in the boxing industry, so he's just trying to make some leeway for his name in the boxing industry. Like I said before, Jake Paul needs to focus on promoting women boxing. That's where he's good at. That's where I respect him for. That's what he needs to do.
Which he does a great job. He's got that promotion, and he's got a great card coming up in July. He's going to be got a few undisputed fights, women's fights on there, right? And Sock came in as I was like El Grande Dominicano, exactly. But I think with Jake Paul, if he really taking it seriously, I think this is kind of a good step. What I wanted him to do was fight guys on their way out as a stepping stone, you know, because I still think those fights would be tough. Like I thought a fight with him and like maybe like a Danny Jacobs would have been good. Like he's on his way out. That way we can really gauge. We can gauge if he's really good or if he's really bad or if he's close or whatever.
He get beat up by Daniel Jacobs.
Yeah, but that's a good. I think that's a good test.
He lost to Tommy Fury. He get beat up by Daniel Jacobs.
Or fight freaking the guy from Philly, the Puerto Rican from
Gabe Rosado.
Too much risk, not enough reward. He gets beat up. Then it's over. He loses to one of those guys, it's over. No one's going to want to see him fight ever again.
Yeah.
He's lucky people still pay for him to fight, to see him fight after the whole Tommy Fury debacle.
That's true.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
I mean, what he needs to do is he needs to fight guys that's coming into the sport of boxing. Fight the prospects, work your way up.
Yeah.
If you want to be serious, do it the way that everybody do it when they come into the pros.
But he don't have to do that, D-Free. He don't have to fight a prospect. He can fight the veteran guys too because he has the money to offer these guys to take those fights.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying to get his experience up and his ring IQ up, because if you fighting guys that's in the MMA, that doesn't help your ring IQ.
Of course not. Yeah.
No.
You're fighting against guys that's not used to boxing. They used to being in an octagon. So it's different. So he can fight a couple of prospects that's just coming into the sport, and then he doesn't have to take that long route. Yeah, because he is his own promoter, he can offer the next level guys. If he say, okay, you know what, I learned all I'm gonna learn from these guys, let me take it the next step further. And he could go ahead and offer those guys that's on their way out. He could offer them one last payday on their way out. He get that fight, and then as he get better with those type of guys, then he could work his way up to the guys that we believe is the C level and B level fighters. I mean, it's a way he can do it, but he's just
Here's
not
my problem with Paul. He's fighting MMA guys, but what he does is he spars all these boxers. So then fight a boxer, bro. If you're sparring all these boxers, right? Fight a boxer. You fighting because he spars up and coming boxer, and they show clips of him knocking the guy down. So all right, so if you're doing that in sparring, why you don't have the courage to go fight an actual boxer?
See, so like I'm going to add to what Stephen L's saying also. So like he says, Jake got a solid fan base, win or lose, he don't care. That is true, and that he don't care. He care about getting fighters money and views, which is also true, and I like that. But I think he needs to do what D-Free said, what everybody hears Reno saying, Sar saying. I think he needs to fight more quality opposition just to really test himself if he really is taking it seriously, because eventually this gimmick is going to run out and he's not going to get the views, and people will be like, you know what, I can't watch this anymore. Right now, it's working. He's getting the views. He's getting people. You know, he's got the Netflix thing. He's got people showing up, and he's getting the gate money. You know, but eventually it's going to fade out because it's working now. And he's got the women helping the women, which kind of helps too, because when he does it, he has Amanda on his card, right? So that helps for people, you know, to watch. But eventually it's not going to work. He's going to have to fight somebody that's worthy or name per se, you know.
But remember, free Mike Tyson bout. Remember, pre-Mike Tyson bout, he had whoever he fought before Mike Tyson. Remember that fight was booked, and then they didn't sell out that venue, so they changed venues. So the
Yeah.
numbers were going down. But he did it before Tyson, numbers went back up because of nostalgia. But he was
Well,
already on the decline. He was already on
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
decline.
I mean,
Tyson brought
he's
him
a
back up.
Rockman's son, right? Was it
Yeah.
Rockman's son?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, the thing is with Jake Paul, the only reason why he's getting the views is because he's fighting people that fans are still fans of. Is the Mike Tyson, the Silver.
Yeah.
You
And
had
Silva.
you had daggone what's the black dude Woodley. He
Mm-hmm.
fighting guys that
Nate
people are
Diaz.
still fans. They people are still fan of. Like Chavez. Chavez has a huge Mexican fan base. So whether we want to see it or not, the Mexicans going to watch it because he has a huge Mexican fan base. He's
Well,
known
Mhm.
in Mexico like that.
and he's going with the gimmick that he's fighting a legit
A
pro
former
fighter.
champion.
Yeah,
A
a
former
former champion and
champion.
a legit pro fighter. So like, Mike Tyson was 60
52 fights. Doesn't he
years
have
old.
Chavez Jr. has like 52 fights on that record?
Yeah.
Maybe
So
more.
And how true was it, the rumor that this fight was supposed to be against Tank Davis?
What a clown show that
I
would
think
have
it would have
been.
been an
Oh my
exhibition
god.
match. It wasn't going to be a serious fight, but I think they would have did some type of exhibition. It would have been
But
like Logan Paul fought Floyd Mayweather. It would have
Floyd.
been something like that.
Oh my god.
But
I'm
it would
so
have been
glad
an
that didn't happen.
attraction. It's an event. They wouldn't. It wasn't
right.
going to be a real fight, but it was going to be a money making attraction. I really believe that was going to happen because
Mm-hmm.
before he admitted to it, right? Because he admitted to it last Wednesday at the press conference. People said that. Even I thought because Tank said it in the post fight. He didn't say a name, but it added
Yep.
up, and everybody said, is it Isaac Cruz or is it Jake Paul? And it just made sense. Like, oh, he's going to do a big money fight with Jake Paul, right? Why not? And then Jake Paul confirmed it. So I do believe it may have not been an actual, real, legit fight. It would have been some sort of like exhibition or some type of exhibit or shit show, whatever, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
that could be true because if you go back and look at what Tank Davis said earlier in the build up to the Lamont Roach fight, he said my next fight is going to make everybody mad. He said that, so
Yeah, he said that too.
it could be true. It could be true. I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it could have been true. Nevertheless, it's not happening. So, Jake Paul moved on to Chavez Jr. But I I know I'm not watching it. I can tell you that right now. I mean, if it's on Netflix and it's free, I watch it. But if I gotta pay
Oh
for it, I'm not
yeah.
watching it.
Yeah,
If you home, you
It's up to
probably
us.
pay
it's
for
gonna
it.
be on the zone. It's gonna be in the zone.
It's gonna be on the zone.
If it
Oh, that's right.
if
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
because it's De La Hoya,
if
and
it's not a pay per view, because I still have my DAZN membership. So if it's not a pay per view, I watch it. But if
I
I
think
gotta pay for it, I'm not watching it.
it's not going to be pay per view.
Um,
No, I don't think so.
Other news. So Shakur Stevenson and Cepeda, is that gonna happen?
Signed officially. I saw
It's
this
done.
officially
It's
signed.
done.
July 21st? 12th?
No,
July
it's
Okay.
not.
21st or
It's,
12th?
it's July 12th. July
Which is
12th. I
Okay,
did.
crazy.
see.
So, and check
I
this
did a
out. That
video
means
on it yesterday.
you're gonna have 2 fights back to back in the big house, Friday and Saturday. The women's fight is
Yeah.
July 11th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
It's
On a
supposed to
Friday.
be. It's gonna be at the Garden.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amanda Serrano,
Because
Katie
you
Taylor
got
3 is at
Amanda
the Garden
Serrano.
is on a
Yep.
Friday night.
Yep. The
Shakur.
Amanda Serrano
Shakur.
fight is July 11th with Alicia Bungard, a debut under MVP as the
Yep.
co-main,
Yep.
and then you
Yep.
got daggone Shakur and Williams Zepeda on July 12th.
Let me see
That
if
fight
it's
was finalized yesterday. I did a video.
Mm-hmm.
I did a daggone premiere this morning at 7 o'clock. I did a video on it. It was finalized yesterday, like around 6:30, 7 o'clock. It was
Okay.
finalized, and so they will be fighting. What happened was Shakur went back to Turkey. He made a formal apology
Yep.
in the public, and they went ahead. I don't know if he decided to take the 500,000. I don't know if he's getting more money or not, but he did a public apology, and the fight is on now. So I believe Turkey is putting the fight on. So Turkey was saying, I mean, according to Eddie Hearn, the reason why Shakur was getting 500,000 is because it's not going to be in rehab season. It's going to be in the U.S. So that was the reason why the money was cut. So
now,
I don't know.
I think this is going to be.
if I'm not wrong, when excuse me, Tom, the top rank contract that he declined, his minimum was $3 million.
Right.
So
right.
so somebody fucked up.
He did.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe he sees bigger picture.
I mean,
Maybe bigger picture. Take this fight.
Shakur definitely messed up because he was offered
Yeah.
5 fights. I mean, he was offered 5 fights for $15 million, which was $3 million a fight. He could have
Right.
fought whoever. It didn't have to be a big name. It could have been the daggone prospect. He was getting a minimum of $3 million per fight.
Yeah. Right. So
Yeah, 3.2 like Bud was making because Bud was with Top Rank.
Well, I guess, like I said, maybe big picture. Take this belt off of this dude. Now I can call my own shot. Yeah, I'm taking the short end of the stick, but looking at the bigger picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, even if you look at the whole thing that Steven Espinoza said, they came to him with a 1-fight deal with Tank Davis, and he said he wanted a multi-fight deal. That 1-fight deal you would have got with Tank Davis would have been bigger than the 2 fights that you got under Eddie Hearn, because that first fight with Josh Patty was for $2.1 million, and then this next fight, Williams Zepeda, is probably going to be somewhere around that $500,000 mark that Turkey offered him. So you would have got more than that just fighting Tank Davis for 1 fight.
Yeah, and look what he could have did what Roach did, but even better.
Exactly. Because he said he wanted a multi-fight deal. Okay, you take this 1 fight, but you put in a daggone in a contract, there is a rematch clause. That's 2 fights. It's not just 1. That's 2 fights.
My man's doing an Adrian Broner back in the day when he fumbled the bag too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I want to understand is, like, if they do this card, which I just saw on Boxing Scene that it's a constant. What's the term they use? But it is set for the 12th. They use consolidation set for July 12th. I want to know how they're going to do both events. As far as the fight week, you got the weigh-in, the press conferences, the grand arrivals and stuff, both in the big house. It's not like one in the theater and then one in upstairs in the Garden. They're both in the Garden, Friday night and then Saturday night. And you got stars. I mean, maybe women's boxing is obviously not as big as males, but this, for Amanda Serrano is a big deal here in New York. So that's just big. There's a lot of Irish fans, right? So now what are they going to do? Are they going to stack this undercard? Shakur close to Newark, right? This is.
I don't think they sell out the Garden. Hell no. Shakur?
No.
Hell no.
No.
Well,
they're going to be giving away tickets
upstairs because he sold out the Prudential Center.
If they pull in. I mean, if you got 2 fights back.
He sold out the Prudential Center.
Yeah, I mean, but
they're going to be giving tickets away.
If you do 2 fights back to back in Madison Square Garden, Shakur and Williams Zepeda will be lucky if they do 10,000 people in that arena, because majority of the people in New York is going to come out to see Amanda Serrano fight. Because
nobody's going to pay money for 2 fights because both tickets are going to be
this could very well be Amanda Serrano's last fight.
Yeah.
This could very well be her last fight, and she focused on the women boxing side of their promotional company, which she's a
and Katie Taylor. Listen, there's going to be a bunch of a lot of people from Ireland coming to see Katie Taylor.
Yeah, I mean that too. I'm that too. But what I'm saying is, I will be happy for Williams Zepeda and Shakur if they can get 10,000 in there right after Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor just fought the night before.
Yeah.
I mean, Golden Boy. Would Virgil Ortiz accept being on the undercard? I mean, I could see you could put Virgil Ortiz on there.
I mean, I don't see why not.
Is this going to be a turkey card or is this a matchroom card?
It's a turkey card.
So they could put anybody.
That's why That's why Turkey said he was giving Shakur 500,000. He was putting the card on, but because it wasn't going to be a rehab season, he said he's not giving him the number that Shakur said he was promised. He said Turkey told me one number, but when I got the contract, it was for 500,000. And Eddie Hearn said, well, the reason it was for 500,000 because he was going to get a lot more by being in rehab season, but this fight is going to be in the U.S. And that goes back to what the Saudi Arabia prince said. He said he wasn't funding no more fights outside of Saudi Arabia, and so he got to put this fight on with his own money. He like, man, if I'm not getting no money to put this fight on, I'm giving you 500,000.
Yeah.
Who's this hot rod horse play? Who's that? I don't know who that is. We're gonna sign off in a minute, so I'm not sure who that.
Oh no, he on my page. He was asking for the link.
Oh, do you know?
Yeah, that's yeah, I know who he is. That's the one that be on BBO channel all the time. I mean, Hot Rod is one of the ones that he don't like PBC like that. He don't like PBC.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put the link. We're gonna get out of here soon. We're gonna end the live soon. But yeah, this is interesting. I mean, I wonder what the undercard's gonna look like. I wonder if that date's gonna stick. It'd be interesting how they would do that with the big fight already being made.
I think they're gonna do all the press conferences probably like Tuesday and Wednesday because Thursday is the weigh-in for Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. So they can't do a press conference on Thursday at Madison Square Garden because they're going to be having the weigh-in. Well, I don't know
that's what I'm saying. It's going to be interesting how they do everything.
Turkey's probably going to put a heavyweight on there. You know, he always likes to have a heavyweight.
I would love. You know what fight I would love?
In the Hulu theater, unless they do it in the Hulu theater.
They could do that. I mean, they can pick anywhere. I mean, I would love to see on the undercard in a fight that makes sense. Why don't you put Farmer and Schofield?
I like it.
That's a
good fight.
But
I mean,
Schofield did say they got a fight coming up on June. I think he said June 2nd.
Yeah, they're going to be in Norfolk. He's going to be on the Top Rank card.
Yeah, he said he got a
because
fight.
Keyshawn Davis is going to headline in they already announced it. They're going to have a press conference June 7th in Norfolk. Keyshawn Davis and De Los Santos, the main event.
Yep.
I think Abdullah Mason's going to be on the card, and
so
I think they said Schofield's
fight
supposed to be on the card
against a bum. Listen, after the bullshit that the Schofield family pulled, you're going to come up and fight some bum that nobody cares about.
Well,
he's not with De La Hoya anymore. Like, it's weird because that's
he's still with De La Hoya. He's still with De La Hoya
because it makes no sense.
He came out and when he said that he asked for the 2.5. He said he got an offer for the fight with Abdullah Mason. He asked for the 2.5 because there was no number, and so they asked him. They said, "So did Oscar didn't tell you?" He said, "Well, the offer was asked to Oscar, would we take the fight?" And we told him, "Yeah." We told Oscar, "Yeah, we'll take the fight." So he's still with Oscar. It's just I guess the fighter that he might be fighting might be a top-ranked fighter. So that's probably why he's on the undercard. Because it must be a top-ranked fighter. Because
it's got to be somebody decent. It's got to be a decent name or somebody. That's weird. And it's an undercard.
I'm trying to think. Maybe, and you know what? Maybe that's the hold up. Because Abdullah Mason is the co-main event on that same card.
Yeah,
maybe that's why they asked him. Maybe that's why they asked him, "Would you take the fight?" And he said, "Yeah, hell yeah, we'll take the fight." But then he asked for 2.5. Well, Abdullah Mason is the co-main event. He's not the main event. He's the co-main. So he must be fighting somebody on there, but he's not. He's going to be the fight probably right before Abdullah Mason because I know Abdullah Mason is the co-main event.
Yeah, Abdullah Mason already got an opponent. He's fighting this guy Jeremiah Nakathi. I've heard of him.
Yeah, he fighting Shakur Stevenson opponent. So that's the main event is one of Shakur Stevenson's old opponent, and the co-main is one of Shakur Stevenson's old opponents.
Yeah, so and then Keyshawn, they got both his brothers on the card, so because it's in Norfolk, so Kelvin Davis and Keon is on the card, and then Troy Isley, who's from Virginia too, so he's on the card too. So they haven't shown Schofield on this yet.
Well, maybe Schofield is fighting on June 2nd on a Golden Boy card then.
That could be possible then.
I
Yeah,
would
it's
like to see
interesting.
him and
I'm
Farmer. I would like to see him and Farmer fight. I think that fight makes sense. I think it's I mean, Farmer has shown that he's very credible. I think Schofield needs that type of opponent on his
yeah.
resume. You know, I think that's a fight that makes sense. But then again, it's boxing, and
Yeah,
what
I
is
think you're
It's
something that
onto
makes
boxing.
something,
sense.
It's
Suggs.
boxing
I think that's a
now,
good
and
fight. I think that's a
everyone
perfect fight.
takes the least path of resistance now.
I'm trying to
That's
think
just what it
Yeah.
is.
who do Golden Boy have for a Schofield to fight at 135.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
might be
That him and
some
Farmer
Mexican
makes
that we never
makes
heard of.
him and
Farmer, yeah,
Farmer makes
that's
sense.
Farmer.
Yeah, Farmer's look good his last two against Cepeda, last two fights.
I mean, to
I
me,
mean,
it
The only
makes
thing
sense.
is that didn't Farmer get an
that
injury?
would
He
make
got injured
sense.
that fight.
He got into that fight, but still stood went all the whole
But you
fight.
talk about July. I mean, what kind of injury? I mean,
No,
July
well,
is
they said June. June is a couple months. I don't know.
Yeah, June is 2 months away.
Yeah.
I know. Williams Zepeda is suspended, but his suspension will be up for the July 12th fight.
Well, of
So
course, yeah.
yeah, his suspension will be up. But I mean, I don't think Tevin Farmer is going to be the opponent. But it does. I would like to see that fight. I think Schofield get beat by Tevin Farmer. I think he
I
get beat.
think so too.
I think he get embarrassed by Tevin Farmer. To be honest with you, I think he
I,
get
I think
embarrassed.
Tevin would force him to fight, and I think
Yeah, I mean, because Schofield don't throw nearly as many punches as Williams Zepeda, and we saw what Tevin Farmer did in that first fight with Williams Zepeda. A lot of people believe that Tevin Farmer won that fight. And there's an argument Tevin Farmer won that fight. There's an argument that he didn't do enough in the earlier rounds to win that fight, or should I say the later rounds to win that fight. But I don't think Schofield is nearly the fighter that a Williams Zepeda is. So I think he get embarrassed by Tevin Farmer. The footwork, the hand speed, the defense. I think he gets beat badly.
And did you guys talk about Boots and Stantonius already?
They
Or
spoke about it
Yeah,
earlier.
in the beginning, if you want
okay,
to touch up on it, that
no,
was what I started off with to let people give enough
I
time
mean,
to come on. But
I I mean, I don't know. I had a problem with the stop. I would have liked to see maybe one more round. Because it's not like yeah he was losing, but I didn't think he was like in danger of getting hurt. You know what I mean? It was
Well,
like
yeah, I mean, he like we said, we were talking. Obviously, we were talking during the fight. He took that check and went back. He was getting
yeah,
beat.
bro.
I mean, he already cashed out. What I'm gonna keep taking it. I
Yeah.
can't win. He knew he wasn't gonna win, so
yeah,
he just quit.
the corner talked him into quitting. The corner basically
Hmm.
stopped the fight. It wasn't him. I think
No, I think it was
the
him.
corner
I
don't say
think
anything.
it was more fighter than
No, I think it was
than the
definitely the
corner.
corner. Definitely the corner. And I actually
I think
me and D Free actually predicted that too.
But
Said
but
that
but,
would
but
happen.
Stantonius, and you probably won't see Stantonius for like another 2 years.
No, he'll fight overseas. He'll fight over there where he's from. Beat a couple bums. Get it like a 2-3 fight winning streak. Then come back here, challenge for a title, lose again, and then go back over there. He's gonna be
Yeah.
one of those kind of one of those fighters.
yeah.
I
I
don't know.
mean,
I
with
think
the whole
the corner
Stanionis.
pressed him,
Yeah,
and
with that fight with Boots, I mean, he was getting beat up badly to the body. I don't know if he had a broken rib or what, but that four uppercuts to the midsection when he went down, it looked like
Hmm.
he couldn't take another body shot. He was at I think at some point in that fight, I think it might have been a round right before that. He got a body shot hit, and he was bent all the way over,
yeah,
and
that was
Boots looked like he
5.
was yeah, that was 5. Boots
Yeah,
looked like he was
Yep.
about to go in, but the bell rung. And
yeah,
so Boots went back to the corner. But then Boots just went right back to the body in
yeah.
round 6
Because
and just
round
kept
5,
working the body.
yeah, because I think round 5 was Stanionis' best round, and then Boots might have
Hmm.
got the last 30 seconds, and that's when he got him with the body shot. Because for the most part, Boots won every round, but the round 5, if you had to give Stanionis, I think it was round 5. Like he was winning most of that
Yeah.
round, and then all of a sudden, and then round 6, he dropped him with the body shot. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I understand if people wanted to see it go on at least another round, but I don't think Stanionis had anything left. I don't think he had anything left. I mean, he would have came out there and fought, but I don't think he would have did anything to show that he had a chance to win this fight because he hit Boots with some clean shots and it didn't have no effect on him at all.
He did land some flush shots,
He
you know.
did, but Boots again, like I
Yeah.
heard you guys when I first came on. Boots gets hit clean a lot, bro. He
Hmm.
gets hit clean a lot to the chin.
Yeah.
At
The hooks.
154,
The
and we
hooks.
spoke last week, Tom and Sock. If he at 154, I don't know if he's gonna be able to take those kind of hooks at 154.
I don't think he
And,
can.
and it's a much better, it's a much tougher division.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
mean,
Yeah,
Boacek, Virgil Ortiz. I mean,
yeah, but
a lot
like
of
I was
guys.
telling Thomas before y'all got up, when I was telling Tom, I think it's more so as the fight go on and Boots feels the power from these individuals. I think he realized they don't have enough to hurt him, and so he takes more chances where he does get hit more often than he normally would because he takes more chances. Because if you look at early in that fight, Stanionis wasn't doing anything. It was
Hmm.
when Boots started putting the pressure on because he felt Stanionis' power and felt like he didn't have nothing. And he said, okay, you know what? I'm going to step on the gas. He ain't got
And
nothing
that's
for
it.
me.
I agree, but that's at 147. At 154, you got Fundora. Those guys, you got
Right,
dudes that can
right.
punch. I'm not
Yeah, but
saying
I,
he.
I don't I don't
That's
think he I
fair.
don't think he do that with I don't think he do that with a big puncher. I think
Yeah.
if he's in there with a bigger puncher and he feels the power, I think he's more of a boxer. But like I said, because he realized that Stanionis didn't have the power, he was like, man, I'm just gonna take more chances. I'm gonna work his body. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I think if there's
I,
a bigger puncher, I think because a lot of those shots we said he got hit with, some of those shots he was rolling with those shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Hmm.
they they landed, but he was rolling with a lot of them. Some of them was clean. Some of them was clean, but a lot of them he rolled with the shot.
Yeah.
But I
I
just
saw
I
the
just don't
father.
I don't think he's gonna do that with a bigger puncher.
He better not because
I
those are bad habits. And I've seen he had bad habits in the Karen fight. And
Hmm.
the fight before that, the hooks have been connected. Now, I already said this too. I didn't know why Stanionis stopped throwing the jab, because that was his best asset was the jab. He didn't throw it. But Boots has been making some mistakes, and I do think he has a good beard, but he cannot do this if he moves up to 154 and if he fights, heavy-handed hitters. His brothers got stopped after being undefeated after a while. Their first stoppage, I
Hmm.
think both brothers' first loss were stoppages. I know the one that lost to the guy in the Bronx, Connors, right?
Mhm.
That was
Derek,
that was that was
Derek,
Derek, right?
Derek, Derek.
Derek,
Who?
it's his first, and that was his first pro loss. That was a knockout, So these are bad
But
habits. He's got to stop.
there was I
Yeah,
saw the father. I saw his father was quoted as saying that a factor in how Boots was because they didn't have to succumb to the same day weigh-in, that rehydration
Hmm.
clause.
Oh, for the
Yeah.
IBF,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes. And up before this fight, people had talked about his struggles to make that weight. He didn't have that for this fight.
Well,
So
always on weigh-in, he looks terrible. He looks exhausted on weigh-in days. He looks drained. He looks
mhm,
and low
mhm.
energy. So I mean, yeah, he. I get he's trying to,
I
clean the division
I
out,
mean
but he
I don't
has to
know.
move up.
To me, he looked a lot better than what he looked in the Instagram post that he had put up. His body looked a lot more fuller because they made weight Thursday, so they didn't have to worry about
Right,
making weight on Friday.
exactly. That yes,
So
that's a.
he looked a
Mhm.
lot more fuller.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because but the day of the
Mhm.
weigh-in, he always looks awful when he has to weigh in. Then yeah, obviously he rehydrates and gets food in system. But weigh-in days, you can tell he looks just drained.
yeah. But at the
Yeah, because he only
ceremonial one,
he only could rehydrate
I thought he looked a lot better.
yeah,
Um,
because with the IBF he only could rehydrate 10 pounds, so it was a little bit different. This one, after he made the weight on Thursday, he could rehydrate to
Yeah.
whatever he wanted to.
no,
Stephen
no,
L.
But
Brings up a good point too. That's another bad habit. When he gets hit clean, he don't bring his hands up. He's a bad habit,
Yeah.
and he did that a lot in that second Karen fight.
Yeah.
He did that a lot.
So does he get a chance to unify?
We don't know.
If
To
these,
be, I mean, to be undisputed.
I think
I mean,
this is the best time to do it.
if these other guys want it, because I
I
mean, when
mean,
you
the,
saw
the division
what he
is
did to
bad.
Stanionis,
Yeah.
If you saw what he did to Stanionis, unless you actually believe you could beat Jerron Ennis, you saw what he did to Stanionis, and a lot of people said Stanionis was the best test that Jerron Boots Ennis was going to have, and he beat Stanionis way better than he beat Karen. Way better than he beat Karen. And you saw what he did to Stanionis. Do these other guys want to get in there with him? That's the question.
Norman is good, but
Because
he's too green. He's too green.
And
He's too
I
Barrios.
think
green.
Mario
Barrios is terrible.
I think Mario Barrio lose to Brian Norman and Jerron Boots Ennis. I think he's
By
the
knock,
weakest
he
one.
loses to both of them by stoppage. He gets stopped by
Oh,
both.
for sure.
And
Yeah,
those and
I think he lose both of them by
supposedly they
stoppage.
want to bring Ennis back by the summer, so that's good.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
An active fighter. You know, if he get three to four fights in a year, that's amazing.
I think it's
You
good,
know?
especially if they doing what they keep doing what they've been doing, and that's either do it in Philly and then bring it back to AC. I think that's great.
I think Philadelphia would probably be the spot because I mean with PBC not really having dates like that. I mean, what are you gonna
Hey,
do about it?
if I was Jerron Boots Ennis, I will pull Brian Norman's card. I say, okay, you said you want $2 million to fight in Philly, and you'll take the 1.7 if you move it out of Philly. Fine, we're gonna give you 1.7. We're gonna fight you in your backyard,
In
Yeah.
Ohio,
No, he's in
Atlanta.
Atlanta. That's right,
Yeah.
Atlanta.
And a boy.
I mean, I saw a story that he may fight some Japanese guy,
Yeah, I
Norman.
heard that too.
Okay.
I heard that too.
You
But
know, so
that's the problem that I have with it. You're not willing to fight Jerron Boots Ennis for your biggest payday. Granted, you said you want $2 million because you're a champion. You're fighting on his turf. You want $2 million, but you're willing to go over to Japan, and you're not making 1.7. You probably not
hmm
even making $1 million to go all the way over to Japan. You're going to a whole nother country, let alone going to somebody's backyard. You going to a whole nother country, and you willing to go over there to fight him for less than $1 million, but you won't fight Jerron Ennis to unify, and you believe you can beat him. You won't fight him in Philly for 1.7. That's the problem that I have with it.
Well, we'll see.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that is a problem. I think another thing that we didn't mention. Isak was mentioned it briefly, and I don't know if anybody heard, but the division is weak. This is the best time to
That's
maybe
terrible.
get
Terrible.
undisputed. I think the best fighter there is Brian Norman Jr. for Boots, but I still think Brian Norman Jr. is a little bit too green for Boots at this
Yep.
time. I think it'd be a good competitive fight, but like I said in the beginning of the show, I still favor Boots. I got him 65-35 like favorite, right? So I still think he's the favorite. It's a good fight, it's a good comp, but I just think I don't know if Brian's ready just yet for Boots. I think Boots is a little more
He's a
experienced.
year and a half out. Not yet.
Yeah.
You can't
Or
you,
the
you
Boots-
feed him to that kid. He feed him to Boots. He's gonna get stopped. Then you don't know where that kid's career is gonna go from there. You
I
can't.
take
Not
that
yet.
bet, Steven out. I got that bet. I got Boots. And I like
Or
Brian.
does Boots wait to see which one of the guys with the bigger name, either Ryan or Devin Haney, come up to
Well,
47?
Ryan already called him out.
Multiple times. Hold him out
Well,
multiple times. But
that's a
Ryan
that's
talks
a
a lot. Ryan talks a lot.
No,
Right.
but I mean, he just did it yesterday. He just called out.
Yeah.
But he called him out a couple months back. He called him out a couple months back too. That's what I'm saying. And then he called him
Yeah,
out
I know.
again.
That's the biggest fight
Yeah, I know.
Boots can
I
make.
know he did it a couple of months back, but he wasn't eligible to fight a couple of months back. I'm talking about this
True.
man just called him out yesterday. So, I mean, that's a big money fight for Jerron Ennis. Me personally, I don't care to see it. I only want to see Jerron Ennis unify or fight a mandatory. Other than that, if you ain't unifying or you're not fighting a mandatory, and these guys ain't trying to get in the ring with you, then go up to 54.
Yeah.
There's better fights
Yeah.
at 54.
But that
And
fight, that fight makes
But
don't
that
dub
fight.
you
Virgil
say the
Ortiz
same.
because
Let
he
me tell you
ducked Virgil
something.
Ortiz.
That fight makes a lot of money because it'll be Golden Boy against Matchroom, right? Because they got the feud. You got Haney. I mean, not Haney. You got Garcia against Boots. Do it in Atlantic City, and I think you got a great event there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big
it's a big fight for Jaron. Absolutely.
it's a big money fight for Jerron, no doubt. I just don't care to see it because it does nothing for his career except for, well, I ain't gonna say it does nothing because it will bring more eyes to him because Ryan does have a fan base, so it will bring more eyes to him. It doesn't help his career far as statue wise. Beating Ryan Garcia doesn't help him far as his resume. It doesn't
Yeah.
help him far as his resume.
I-
But with Virgil Ortiz, I already told Thomas this before y'all came up as well. Virgil Ortiz is nothing but a bigger version of Stanionis to me. He's a bigger version of Stanionis. He doesn't have a lot of footwork. He comes straight at you. He throws big shots and try to end the fight early. I think somebody with like a Jerron Ennis, the reason why Robert Garcia said they needed 48 months before they fight him. Jerron Ennis is a boxer puncher. He can box you from the outside or he can fight on the inside. With a guy like Virgil Ortiz, who is a big puncher, he would stay on the outside and outbox Virgil Ortiz until he gets tired somewhere around round 7, round 8, and then he starts to beat his body up and probably end up stopping Virgil Ortiz.
But what if he fights? What about the Virgil Ortiz that just fought? Because that was the best Virgil Ortiz I saw.
Yeah.
And Virgil, you got quick hands.
That was a good fight for Virgil Ortiz, but the problem with that is the opponent that he was facing is not Jerron Ennis. It's not even close to a Jerron
No, I
Ennis
understand that, but Virgil Ortiz showed me something that fight. He showed me a little bit of IQ as well. I thought he looked a little smart. I mean, they had to fight close. I didn't think it was close. Everybody thought I was crazy. You thought I was crazy too. I gave Virgil almost every round in the first half of the fight.
Pulling away 8-4. I mean,
I thought he was great in that fight.
No, and see, a lot of people look at that fight and they say, "Oh, look how Bud looked towards him, and look how Virgil looked towards him." The problem with that is, you looking at Virgil third fight at that weight class. Bud's first fight at that weight class. That's the problem that I have with it because Virgil is more acclimated at the weight, so now he feels a little more comfortable. But if you look at the fight prior to that, Virgil looked like shit against Boychuk.
Yeah,
indeed.
He looked like
I agree.
versus Boychuk.
The Boychuk's a good fighter, though. I mean, he's a tough guy.
He's a good fighter, but Virgil looked like shit against him. So everybody, but look how Bud looked. That was Bud's first fight at that weight. That's one of the reasons why I said I don't pick Bud against Canelo because I saw what he looked like his first fight at 54. Now you about to go up 14 more pounds and fight the best guy at 68. I don't give him a chance. But when you got a guy fighting at the weight class for the first time and they don't look their normal self because they got to get used to that weight class, I don't buy a lot into it because it's their first fight. Everybody looked at Virgil against the same opponent and said, "Oh, Virgil might beat Bud." No, that was Bud's first fight at 54, and Bud is not that style of a fighter the way Magnumov is.
I gotta just stop real quick. Stephen L., you are bugging. Ryan Rolly is there to lay down. I think Rolly is doing the job like when Kevin Nash did the job to Hogan. He's gonna go in and he's gonna lay down and he's gonna get pinned with the little finger. 1, 2, 3. I don't see Rolly doing anything in this match. I think he's there.
Rolly gonna do it
for a check.
Rolly gonna do exactly what he did against Tank. He's gonna walk right into a left hook. The same thing he did with Tank. He's gonna walk right into a left hook.
Yeah, I don't see Rolly even trying in this fight.
You see Rolly get beat up by a daggone Pitbull Cruz?
Yeah,
did I see Rolly get beat up by Pitbull Cruz? Rolly had nothing for Pitbull Cruz.
I don't like it. I like Rolly. I think Rolly's good. I think Rolly's good for boxing. You know, he's funny. You know, he can talk. He can build a fight, but I don't know. I think I just there's no way.
I mean,
Special
Rolly
Olympian gold
Rolly
medalist.
Special
Rolly has a shot
Special Olympic.
because Rolly has a shot to win that fight because he is a big puncher. That's the only shot that he has. He is a big puncher, so
You
he
got that
does have
retard
a
strength.
shot.
That retard
But
straight. That's
right,
we gotta watch our
but
mouths.
Yeah.
Who said that?
but if I think if I had to bet, I am not betting on Rolly. I'm betting on Ryan. I'm not betting
Rolly's
on
getting
now. If
cooked
Rolly,
in 5 rounds,
but
but
if
within 5 rounds, Rolly's getting cooked, getting knocked out,
now
unless he's getting knocked out.
I will put something on Rolly for a knockout. That's the only chance he got to win. He's not outpointing Ryan,
Yeah.
and he probably not going to stop Ryan. But I will put something on Rolly for a knockout. But if I had to make one bet, and they say you only can make one bet, who are you betting on? I'm betting on Ryan. I'm not betting on Rolly.
By stoppage. Listen,
How
I'm
are
gonna
they?
root for Rolly. I want Rolly to win. I think Rolly's great.
Yeah, I
You
do.
know, like
I
I
want
said,
Rolly
I
to win.
think it would be great if he won, but I
The
don't
same way
see
I
it
How
want
are
happening.
they
Aaron
doing?
Barbosa to win. The same way I want Aaron Barbosa to win. I want Rolly to win. I want Aaron Barbosa. Do I think both of them win? I think Aaron Barbosa have a better shot than Rolly do.
Yeah, I think Tio's gonna win, but I'm rooting for Barbosa too.
That's probably the biggest. If there's going to be an upset, that's probably the one that could happen.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
close,
But how,
even matchup.
how are they going to do
I'm
this?
gonna make a bold prediction in the Haney fight. I was gonna wait till it gets close, but I think Haney's stopping Ramirez. People gonna be like,
Mm,
what? I think Haney's gonna stop him, but we'll wait till that fight gets here before I make that prediction.
Ramirez is shot, so doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I think Ramirez is shot too. I think Haney's gonna fill out the weight a little bit more. He'll be a little bit more comfortable. I don't know. We'll talk about it when it comes. I don't want to talk about that fight now. But
Yeah.
how are they going to do the
But
seating? Is that going to be open to what's going to happen?
no,
What-
Yeah,
what-
first come, first serve.
Invitation only.
Is it? I thought
Yeah,
it was first come, first serve.
300 people invite only. And,
What y'all think
then
happened
they're gonna have some media people. They're gonna close down pretty much all the blocks and be like the surrounded.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
only-
It'll be like
probably-
Times
it's a-
Square,
Yeah,
like New Year's.
yeah, kind of like
Yeah.
New Year's, but they're gonna block it off. But it's gonna be far less people. You're talking about 300 people, right? Invite. You got some media people, and then the rest is security, the fighters team. So no more than 1,000 people probably in that. I guess that area.
and the other 500. No, actually, the 700 is going to be security.
That's what I'm
because
saying.
it's
That's what I'm saying.
only-
You got 300 people, right? 300 people with
Yeah.
the watching it. You're gonna have maybe some media. Maybe you get like 50 media people. I just me 50 credentials, right?
I think
That's
I think
350.
the 50.
You got the three fights, right? So that's 6 people, their teams. So let's say 6 times, let's say 10 people per team. I don't know, family, whatever. So let's say 60 people, and then the rest is security.
No, I think
And
I
it's
mean
gonna be at night?
Yeah, it's Friday night.
yeah,
Friday night.
Friday
Okay.
night. Oh no, Friday afternoon is at 3:00. It starts at 3:00.
No, I think it starts at 7.
Or and they might.
They're not going to do it at no afternoon because on a Friday, there's no way. No.
They originally had it at 3:00. They originally had the first fight starting at 3:00.
Right. That's what I was asking.
Maybe that was
Yeah.
Pacific
Yeah.
time. I doubt that very much.
I can see.
Not,
Yeah.
not in New York City.
They might have changed it. I'm just saying originally they had
On
the
a
first
Friday
fight
night,
start at 3:00.
People are working. People are going to be traveling. No,
That's what I kept saying because I said it was in the
Yeah.
middle of rush hour. I said they can't do that in the middle of rush hour, but that was
Let me
the
see.
original time. It was starting at 3:00.
supposedly
Okay,
they were going to add another fight. It wasn't going to only be those 3 fights. They were going to add another fight to it, supposedly.
So let me ask y'all: are y'all buying a bundle or y'all only paying for one fight?
What do you mean?
Turkey got a bundle deal. You can get both fights for $89, or you could pay for one fight for $60.
I got another way of watching it. I'll figure it out.
Because I mean, you got them fighting on Friday, and then you got the Canelo fight on Saturday.
Wow.
They fight Friday and then Canelo Saturday. So he came out with a bundle deal. You can get both fights for $90, or you could just pay for one fight for $60. Me, I ain't paying for neither one of them.
Well, no. Well, yeah, no.
You know,
Someone else
let's
is
figure
paying
it
for
out
it.
way.
I'm gonna watch it on someone else's dime. But
Yeah, I'm watching on somebody else's dime. I might go to Buffalo Wild Wings or Dave and Buster's and see the fight. I'm not paying for it.
You have to bring the
I'll
chopper.
say that.
That's the only way you're gonna get to see it. They're not letting anybody
I
within
said that.
The
After
binoculars.
It's gonna
what
be
happened with
interesting because the people that work in that
after
area.
what happened with the. Mhm.
No, I'm just saying it's gonna be interesting how they do it. The people that work in that area and stuff, like how they're gonna close everything off.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. Like, but I'm not paying for another fight on the zone. After I paid for that fight with Ryan and Tank, and I didn't get a chance to see nothing until the second round of the main event, I said I would never buy another pay-per-view from the zone ever again. Never.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night. This has been good. Good show. Good
good.
boxing talk. Maybe we do a
Oh,
recap in the middle of the
one last
week.
question.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
last question, Tom. Who you got in the fight, the main event? Gabrielle Fendora defended her undisputed title.
And I had to pick this fight in the fight league that I'm in. So I picked Fundora by unanimous decision.
She's a beast, bro.
Yeah, she's a monster. I mean, she'd probably stop this
That's
girl, but
tomorrow?
I'm just gonna go.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
tomorrow.
the girl she's fighting, she's undefeated, but she's fought a lot of girls that with losing records. So I think this girl's just gonna be there to survive, and Fundora will win by decision. Hopefully not a knockout, because I know mad people are picking the knockout. So the way this fight league works is that the scoring system, like you have to pick the right round. So like if you pick decision, you only get you get the win, 1 point for win, 1 point for the right decision. So you get 1 point. But if you call by knockout and you call the round, I think you get like 2 extra bonus points. So that's the tough part.
Yeah.
So like my record is 9-2 in the fight league, and I'm like in 8th place. Let me see. I put it here. So I was gonna put it to promote it, but we didn't. We went right into wrestling.
If it was if it was 3-minute round, if it was 3-minute rounds, I definitely would have picked Gabrielle for the knockout.
Let me see.
But because it's only 2 minutes, them rounds go past so quick.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what happened last week. It was only one fight and everybody picked Stanionis. Mostly everybody picked by decision. Me, Gano Loco, and Jab Jamboree. We picked knockouts, but we didn't get the right round. So everybody pretty much got the same amount of points because we got the right winner, but we didn't pick the right round. So the easiest is to pick by decision. Like it's just, I don't like it, but I see why they do it. I don't like the scoring system. I wish you still get credit for the knockout or the stoppage. I think you should get credit and then maybe get another bonus point if you got the round. I think they should do it that way. That's something I'm going to fight for next season, I guess. But yeah, I'll tell you where my standings are. They going to show it here. I don't know if I got the right video. Hold on.
They should do a bonus point if you pick the right decision. If it's a unanimous or a split decision.
See, I'm 9-2 in 8th place. So, but because of the scoring system, that's and the reason why I got 2 losses, everybody got a loss because I forgot what fight everybody got wrong. But I was the only one that picked Sandy Ryan to pick to beat Michaela Mayer. So that's why I got 2 losses. So
you was the only fool that day.
Yeah, I was the only fool. I have to eat crow. So basically, that's what they say. When you get a loss, you eat crow. So I had to eat crow. But I thought Sandy Ryan did good in the first fight. I thought she should have got the decision in the first fight. I really thought she would have made some adjustments. No paint involved, and I really thought she was going to win. But she lost worse this fight than the first fight. So yeah. So that was the only real the difference in the standings.
Yeah, that's a bet. Yeah, I got Gabrielle. You know what? I'm gonna go bold prediction. I'm gonna say Gabrielle for the stoppage.
Everybody's picked stoppage, but it's just a matter of getting around. I think a bunch of people picked. I got to check the chat that we do the picks in. And when they were talking about it on their live, I think I heard some people say 7th round, some people say 8th, some people said 6th. So I went with decision.
I got a 5th round stoppage.
5th round, okay. And then the other pick was Whitaker's fighting a rematch because the first fight, that was when they both hurt themselves out the ring. That guy, Ben Whitaker.
Ben Whitaker getting stopped.
Wow. I pick Whitaker by decision. A lot of people picked. So it's been like 50-50. There's some people that pick Whitaker decision. There are some people that picked what's the guy, Cameron, to win by knockout or by split decision. So it's not everybody Whitaker. There's been people like you that's picked Cameron, which is a good pick. You know, some people say Whitaker's a bit overrated. That's the guy that likes to kind of like showboat a little bit. So
a little bit. Nigga, no, Jerome Booth-Ennis is a little bit. Ben Whitaker showboats like daggone Prince Nassim.
Yeah, he's yeah. So, but I picked by decision, but you might be right. So this is going to be an interesting fight as far as the fight league is concerned.
When is Eubank and Ben?
Next week. That's a good fight. We're going to talk about that next week.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
I'm with it. You let me know.
Now that fight, if that fight was pay-per-view, I probably would pay to see that. I probably would. That's gonna be a good ass fight.
You saw Papa Eubank going off on Junior, call him despicable.
Yeah.
He went off on Junior. He said, "I ain't gonna be there at that fight."
Wait, who said that?
People's face.
Hey,
Papa Eubanks, man, he went off on him.
On his son?
The fathers might get into it. The fathers might get into it again.
Wow.
The fathers might get into it again.
He went on and said, "You know what? I didn't teach you how to smash egg in people's face. He said, that's despicable. He said, that's disgusting. He said, I'm not gonna be there for that fight." Yeah, he went off. You'll find out on Twitter.
He did exactly what.
He didn't approve of this. This is. I gotta play this because I haven't seen this in a while. This was funny. Hold on. Yo, that egg, the way that egg splat in his face.
Why was the smack so loud though? It's like
Yo,
hold
on.
Right beside his cheek.
That was crazy, man.
He did exactly what he's supposed to do. You pulled out our fight for some eggs, I'm gonna give you some eggs.
Yeah,
Here you go, right here.
I tell you right now. I mean, we're gonna do the predictions next week, but I'm picking Eubank. I think Eubank's winning this fight.
Yeah, I'm picking Eubank too. I think Eubank stops him. To be honest with you, I think Eubank stops Conor Ben.
I don't know about stoppage, but I think it could. I just think Conor Ben.
Well, he's going up in weight. Conor Ben is he's off the juice. He's not on the juice anymore. So you know,
Conor Ben is
Eubank's not bad.
He's a front runner. Runner. Conor Ben reminds me of daggone Richard Torres. Except he's a little bit better than. I mean, his boxing ability is better than Richard Torres, but he reminds me of Richard Torres. He's a front runner.
Wow. Battle of the light skins. But anyway, guys, I think that's it, man. I'm done.
The white mamas.
that damn smack was loud as hell. They heard that shit all over the arena.
I want some. I think you talk about their fathers. I want to see the moms.
One click away, brother. One click away. Yo, this was awesome.
I never seen a mother.
Well, you could tell by looking at them. Yeah, you ain't gotta look too far.
Both these pops are real nice.
I know Conor Ben gotta look just like his mother because he damn sure don't look like his father.
Nah. He said white mamas. That's
look
crazy.
like a black lizard. I was like, God damn. This dude is
Charlie Murphy, darkness.
This dude is ugly.
Charlie Murphy.
That's crazy.
They ran like that man like Shabba Ranks. Shabba.
Yeah,
Anyway, guys, let me go. We'll talk. Maybe we'll do something in the middle of the week, if anything. The draft show. I'll let people know when you set that up, D-Free. That'll be dope to do the draft show. So,
all right, this was great. Yo, Sock, I see you tomorrow at the field.
Yes, sir. Salute.
What y'all doing tomorrow? What y'all doing tomorrow?
Sock, Lil
My
Sock got
boy,
his first flag football game, and I got to coach my son's football game at CS.
yeah,
So I end up running to him in the field.
Wait, whose
yeah.
flag football game?
My boy, we signed him up to the Pee Wee
And then
for the
I
Saints.
Oh,
coach
nice.
my boy, and then I coach my boy in the same league. So
Oh, that's what's up.
yeah,
Yo, I can't wait to Sock's son stiff arm somebody, and then high steps from like the 50-yard line, and he's got two guys in front of him because that's what Sock used to do.
man, he's gonna stiff arm, turn around and talk shit. Right.
Yo, D-Free, Sock would high step and still have to beat two defenders, but he would do it anyway. Like it's just funny as shit.
Hey, I gotta coach my grandson's football team tomorrow.
Nice.
He playing football. He about to turn 5 years old, so this is his first year playing football. So
Pee-wee, nice.
last week it was canceled because it was raining out here. So
It was raining. It was
Same thing.
canceled. Ours was canceled last week too because of rain.
Same thing.
yeah, so he excited. He like, man, are we playing football this weekend? I said, yeah, y'all supposed to be playing tomorrow. It's not gonna rain. He's like,
Nice.
all right. So he in the house practicing right now. I'm like, boy, if you don't take your tail to bed, he's like, I gotta get ready. I didn't have practice last week. I was like, man, go to bed.
Jesus.
But,
All right, guys.
I will catch
All right,
y'all.
boys.
Good job, Tom. Good job, D.
Tom, let me know when you do something again.
You got it.
All right.
We'll be in touch for sure.
Good night, fellas.
All right, man. Have a good night. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Enjoy WrestleMania weekend. Tomorrow's night 1 and night 2 is on Sunday. And we'll talk throughout the week. Take care, y'all.
Everyone's so terrified of you on the mic. I'm not, because I know you've got more dick in that promo than you do in your jorts.